Hey guys, hope you are well. So, welcome to the Anime Fictions 2.0. This is the story about what if female kyubi possessive of powerful Naruto. Part 3. Thanks for loving previous 2 parts. Hope you will love this what if scenario. If you did, do subscribe for more awesome what if. Share with your friends and enjoy them. Check out the other videos I have created. Comment down your opinion. So, without wasting any time, let's jump into the third part. Into the Waves, final chapter. Wave Country Forest. Uzumaki Naruto was jumping through the trees within the forest as he was aimlessly going nowhere. Where is Zabuza anyway? Muttered Naruto, who landed on the clearing and got into a thinking voice. Suddenly the wind bellowed furiously, making the forest sing. Ah-ha-ha-ha-ha! Laughter echoed throughout the forest, making Naruto tense, who straightaway went on guard. Prepare for trouble. Naruto looked around to find where the voice was coming, and make it double, to protect the world from devastation, to unite all people within our nation, to denounce the good and live life our way, to forever be known as the greatest of the greatest. Suddenly smoke appeared, indicating where they were, making Naruto look at them. The smoke cleared, showing a man who was holding his claw on his face, trying to look scary. Meizu. The smoke now disappeared, showing a man who is crouched under Gozu, flawing his hands on the ground like a delinquent. In unison they both said, "We Oni Kyodai, demon brothers, will forever get the job done." Gozu pointed his right claw at Naruto. Surrender now or prepare to fight. That's right, you bitch. Meizu tried to leak killer intent, obviously not working. Naruto was flabbergasted. He didn't know what to say. Taking this as a good sign, the brothers looked happy. See, I knew he would like it. Gozu looked gleeful. I'm sorry, little brother, I was wrong. Meizu sighed. Gozu suddenly screamed, "Hey, I'm the oldest." Meizu straightaway gave a response, "No, I am. I'm the oldest. No, I'm the oldest. I am. Nah, I am." Naruto sighed at the bickering brothers. First a lame copy act of Team Rocket, and now they are fighting. Who is the oldest? How did you find me? The brothers stopped fighting, regaining their composure, now serious all of a sudden. Zabuza told us to lay low and wave just in case you changed your mind. Meizu nodded at his brother, who carried on for him. It would seem you did change your mind. Naruto nodded. Yeah, I now have a reason to do this. Both brothers nodded. Okay, let's go to Zabuza. Zabuza hideout. Zabuza-sama, the plan cannot be carried out. He wasn't what we expected. Zabuza sighed at his apprentice. Nevertheless, we are still commencing the operations. Haku nodded as time was running out for them. Both Zabuza and Haku got prepared with the necessary equipment already, but suddenly 2 figures jumped in the window. Meizu, Gozu, you're late. Haku snapped at the 2 brothers, who waved their hands at her. Chill, Haku. Yeah, don't be cold to us, we are on time, you know, said Meizu, with his brother nodding in agreement. You ready? The 2 brothers nodded to their boss. Yeah, boss, but we brought someone with us. Both brothers made way for someone to come in. Haku's eyes went wide while Zabuza smirked. It was Uzumaki. Naruto, I'm ready for this. The boy had a serious look, his eyes glowing feverishly in the night. How? I thought you declined. Naruto shook his head at the Ice Maiden. Yeah, but I changed my mind. Haku gasped at what he meant. It doesn't matter now. We are running out of time. The group nodded, but before they left, Haku went to get something. What is it, Haku? Naruto inquired, itching to go. Haku came back with a black robe and an umbu mask with a smiley face on it. Here, wear this, it can hide your identity. We are all wearing one. Naruto nodded, as indeed everyone wore it now. He then started to put it on while Zabuza spoke up. You all know the plan. Everyone nodded. Naruto, who is now dressed as he pocketed his headband, asked how we will enter. Zabuza smirked. Leave it to me. They all then dispersed towards their destination. Outside Gato's mansion and the concentration camps, the group were crouching in the grass atop of a mountain which alights above Gato's mansion and the concentration camps. Screams echoed in the camps, making everyone feel tense. Haku gritted her teeth under her mask. Haku felt someone touch her back. It was her master, who nodded at her. Calm yourself, she nodded while Naruto looked at her, worry evident in her eyes. Boss, Meizu called for Zabuza, who moved forward. Look, Gozu gave Zabuza the binoculars. Using the binoculars, Zabuza saw Gato and a blonde-haired man with him walking out the camp. Damn, Earth Beast. Earth Beast? Questioned Naruto as Haku nodded at him. Earth Beast is an S-rank missing ninja from the hidden village of Stone. Naruto's eyes went wide as Haku carried on. He is a ruthless man who committed the death of countless civilians, and he attempted to kill the Stone feudal lord as well. Why did he do that? Haku shook her head. No one knows, but all that matters is that he is Gato's right-hand man. We must avoid him at all costs. Yes, it's essential. Meizu and his brother both shivered, wishing not to face that man. Naruto looked at Zabuza. Have a look at the camp, he nodded, taking binoculars. Naruto had a full view of the camp. The camp held countless small houses, all attached to another, and there were lots of samurais and shinobis guarding the areas. Naruto raised his eyebrow. He also saw a samurai slap a frantic woman and threw her in one of those camps. Zabuza nodded. You see, it just looks like a regular camp, and yet there are shinobis. Why is that? Haku interjected. Because right under the camp is where the activities are held. Is that where the prisoners are held? Naruto asked Haku, nodding. That's correct, the houses there are used for different purposes, though Zabuza interjected his student. The houses is for the bloodline users that are going to be sold. Naruto's eyes went wide. They are going to be sold? Meizu nodded. Yet to the other main villages Gozu carried on for his brother. I won't be surprised if Konoha want a stake in it. Naruto clenched his teeth in fury. They sell human beings. Zabuza looked at his group, they all now looking at him. Guys, what we do is this. We will cause a ruckus at the top floor, killing everything in sight. Everyone nodded, while Haku flinched but held her composure. Then Naruto, you will rush in and find a way to get underground and release the prisoners. Naruto nodded, and then Zabuza smirked. You're on your own, kid. Naruto's eyes went wide as then Haku touched his shoulder soothingly. Only one person can get in below, nevertheless we will make it easy for you above. Naruto gulped while he nodded. Zabuza looked on with a smirk. Besides, with that power you displayed against our, you will be fine. Once we get the prisoners out of the camps, we will take them to Wave. Since the country is already in bad shape, they won't be recognized. Everyone nodded. It may sound reckless, but that's all they could do. Kid Naruto looked at Zabuza, who gave him a handle with no blade. That handle looked familiar, making Naruto gasp. Haku nodded, affirming the blonde's answer. It's the Raijin. You will need it. Okay. Let's go. Everyone wearing the same masks, though only one thing contrasts them. That is their hair. The operation was now underway. At the gates of the concentration camp, 2 Miss Shinobi were standing guard signing at their boring job. Why are we guarding this place of freaks anyway? Said one. Must guard this, colleague. I just wish they are all dead and gone. His friend nodded, but then the bush next to them rustled, putting them on guard. Who's there? One of the guard went towards the bush. Suddenly a snow-white rabbit ran out of the bush, scaring the guard. The guard sighed as he turned around. Don't worry, it's only a... When he turned around, he saw a figure approaching his friend from behind. His other friend also saw a figure coming inside the bush ready to attack. They both tried to warn each other, but it was too late as both Miss Ninjas got their throat cut open as they fell dead. The group all came to the front gates looking at one another. Naruto quickly did his signature move Kagebunshin no Jutsu, then 6 copies of himself formed. They all nodded and then broke into the gates as the alarm exploded within the concentration camp. While the alarm was echoing, the group all separated. With Naruto, he made his clones spread out and caused ruckus as well while he started to look for a way to go underground. He ran towards one of the houses where a samurai guard laid in wait for him. I won't let you. The samurai tried to unsheath his blade, but Naruto flipped upwards and then did a downward drop kick to the man's head, making him fall to the ground. Naruto ran as fast as he could and kicked open one of the houses and rushed inside. He suddenly heard screams. Inside, Naruto saw mothers and children all huddled together in fear, looking at him, scared of what he was wearing. Their clothes all looked worn out, like they haven't changed for days. Anyone knows a way underground? The people didn't respond, too scared at the moment. Naruto, adrenaline running in his veins, quickly got angry as he screamed, anyone knows a way underground? This scared the mothers and children. Leave us alone, one woman responded, clearly looked scared. Naruto sighed under his mask. Me and my group are here to save you. They all gasped. Why are you saving us? And why now? They clearly didn't believe him. Naruto took a deep breath, taking a leap of courage. He took off his mask, making the mother and children gasp again. This is not a lie. Naruto smiled brightly. Hurry. Please tell me before it is too late. An old lady came out of the group. I can bring you a young man. The old lady wore a simple long cream-colored kimono, closed by an obi, a black jacket, and a dash over it. The old lady's eyes were squinted, barely opening her eyes at any point in time. She also has long shiny red hair. The group gasped as they tried to tell her not to go with him. Old lady, I don't have time to take you for a walk. Naruto was interrupted by the old lady. I'm not as frail as I look, and besides, young man, I can not only take you underground but also can help you free the prisoners. Naruto sighed. Alright old lady, let's go. The old lady smiled. My name is Tetsuko. Young man, what's yours? Naruto nodded. Naruto. Uzumaki. Naruto. The old lady's eyes went wide in shock, showing her purple-colored eyes. Suddenly there was an explosion shaking the ground they stood on. Naruto put on his mask as he suddenly screamed, everyone listen up. Go and run as fast as you can, you hear? Everyone nodded, picking up their younger kids as they followed Naruto outside. While they were running, the group saw a couple of Miss Jounins who had their backs turned. Naruto quickly enacted his technique, wind release. Powerful wind wave. Naruto shot out a powerful gust of wind from his mouth at the group of Jounins, who turned around a little too late, thus they all been blown away, screaming in the process. Tetsuko looked impressed as she was smirking. Naruto then saw a huge hole that led to the forest on his right. This way, hurry. The group nodded when Naruto made another clone, telling his clone to lead the people out. You ready? Tetsuko inquired. Naruto nodded, who quickly followed the old lady. For some reason moved faster than him. With the demon brothers. The twin brothers were smirking as one of the bombs they set was detonated. Their task was simple. It was to set a bomb at each corner of the camp, one at north, east, south, and west. So far the one at north was done and dusted. We must hurry to the east and I will go south. We meet at west after that we get out of here, Meizu ordered to what he thought was his younger brother. Gozu nodded, knowing the seriousness of the situation, and dispersed to the east, leaving his brother to go to the south. With Haku, Haku was guiding the prisoners that were to be sold out to the north hole that the explosion caused, as she saw a group of people also running in the forest. She smirked when she saw Naruto leading them. Alright, follow that man, hurry, we don't have time. The now former prisoners nodded to their savior and followed Naruto's group. A group of mist ninjas who were jumping on the roofs of the camps threw countless explosive tags at the group of the running away prisoners who were fleeing with Naruto. A child fell to the ground, making his mother stop and screamed for her son's safety, and quickly shielded him with her body. This will be overkill. Haku, with eyes wide, jumped in front of the mother and son and quickly done her technique ice release. Protective ice dome. Haku quickly created an ice dome around herself and the mother and child, which acted as a defense. The explosives hit the dome all at once, creating a big impact. When the smoke cleared, the dome remained almost undamaged. Go. Now. The mother and child nodded, quickly running after their group. Haku exhaled, letting out the breath she was holding. She then looked up to Gato's mansion. Zabuza-sama, I hope you know what you are doing. Boom! Another explosion was detonated, making Haku look towards the explosion. For some reason it was a double explosion. This made Haku smirk as she giggled twins. She then ran after the Naruto clone, leaving the area. Good luck, Naruto-kun. Gato mansion. Lots of samurais, thugs and mist shinobis all hurried towards the concentration camp, while a livid Gato was screaming with his face red in anger. Hurry, you scum! Kill the intruders! Gato was fuming. Someone had the guts to infiltrate his stronghold. When everyone left his mansion, suddenly the door opened, and this got the attention of Gato and Earth Beast as they looked at the door from the stairs. When the door closed, there stood Zabuza, all ready and geared up, his kubikuribocho in his right hand. He smirked as he raised his zanbatog. You puny man, time to die! Gato, instead of squealing like a pig and running in fear, looked to be smirking. Is that so, little demon? You think you can beat me? Gato pointed at the man on his left. This man is a real demon. To him you're just a ghost. Ahahaha. Earth Beast, go kill that scum and bring his partner. I have a feeling she is a girl. Gato had a lecherous look on him as he licked his lips disgustingly. Under his bandages, Zabuza gritted his teeth at the puny man's remark. Earth Beast just looked down at Zabuza and then suddenly jumped, landing in front of him, making a huge impact on the ground. It would seem you wish to die, Zabuza. Zabuza smirked. In the end, I'm a mist shinobi. We don't back down on a fight. Earth Beast smirked cruelly, his brown eyes turning into slits. That is why the mist was known to be the strongest of the five. Come, demon of the mist. Zabuza gripped his as he ran towards Earth Beast with a war cry. With Naruto and Tetsuko. So, this is it? Naruto and Tetsuko looked at the hidden stairs that led to the underground. It was in a secret storage room inside one of the camps. It would have been hard to spot, but thanks to the old lady things became easier. See, boy, I told you will need me. Naruto nodded. How did you know it was here? The old lady chuckled, now explaining the boy how she got here. You see, when a prisoner is being sent to be sold, they get blindfolded as they are dragged upstairs. I quickly took a peek when I was taken up. The old lady chuckled. Thanks to my old age, I was being underestimated. They both laughed together at the mockery. You know, for an old lady you got beautiful hair. Tetsuko slightly blushed. Is that so, Casanova? You flirt? Naruto laughed. And then suddenly he took off his mask and threw it away. This made Tetsuko look at him. I don't think I will need it, she nodded when she saw Naruto's slightly scared look. Are you scared, Naruto? Naruto smirked. Yes, I am. The old lady's eyes went wide, but Naruto smirked as he raised his shaken right hand and clenched it. I feel excited at the same time. Tetsuko smiled. And Uzumaki indeed. Let's go. Tetsuko nodded at the determined Uzumaki, and soon they ran downstairs. Zabuza and Earth Beast fight. Zabuza swung his blade, but it met thin air because Earth Beast couldn't be seen. Quickly, with years of experience, Zabuza jumped to where he was standing. His instinct saved him as Earth Beast's punch was aimed at him from above, which soon crashed into the ground, creating a small crater in the process. Looking around, Zabuza quickly ran and jumped out of the window as he landed on the clearing, skidding. He was now in Gato's mansion garden. It looked more like a field. Eyeing what's behind, he saw a huge lake, making him smirk. Earth Beast from the broken window looked down at Zabuza, who was smirking, and stepped on the lake. Now let's restart, Zabuza chuckled as he quickly did several hand signs and stopped at the snake sign. Earth Beast's eyes went wide when Zabuza channeled his chakra, and then he screamed, water release. Exploding water colliding waves. Zabuza spitted out a great volume of water from his mouth, intending swallowing up and crush Earth Beast and the mansion with the advancing surge water. Gato. The little man looked at his employee, scared at the huge wave of water coming to his mansion. Get out of the mansion, he nodded as he ran. The big man jumped down to the backyard and stood in front of the wave and did his just quickly as he shouted his technique, Earth Release. Earth-style wall. Earth Beast used his chakra to convert within his body and the spat out to form a huge wall that intends to protect him from the wave. Boom! The water crashed right in the wall. Although it protected Earth Beast, it destroyed the mansion as the building stood no chance. Gato, who ran far away, looked in horror as his camp was invaded and now his mansion looked half destroyed. From afar he could see countless prisoners escaping, making his eyes go wide. Gat-sama, 2 samurais and 4 Kiri shinobis all came towards their leader for the time being. Gato turned around and saw his men as he then pointed at the fleeing prisoners. Hurry, go after them. The shinobi nodded and sunshine after the fleeing prisoners while Gato took his samurais for protection, and went after the prisoners as well. Back to Earth Beast and Zabuza's fight. The two now stood there facing each other. They were both standing on water. Earth Beast ended the silence as he disappeared. Zabuza, who predicted where he used his kubikiri bocho and blocked the big man's spin kick, the force made Zabuza skid through the water. What brute strength! Earth Beast ran at Zabuza, who instead of staying on the defensive went straight to the offensive. Zabuza swung the sword collided with Earth Beast's fist. This created an impact as the water splashed violently in the process. Both opponents skidded back as they at the same time enacted their ninjutsu. Water release, water dragon bullet technique. Earth release, earth dragon bullet. Both water and earth dragons danced around each other, as they both fired bullets at each of their respective elements. When both bullets hit, the impact was so great the area started to produce muddy rain. Both dragons then just rushed at each other, striking each other head-on. The battle ended in a tie as both elements complemented each other perfectly. Zabuza gritted his teeth. Damn, I don't have any lightning techniques. He looked at the smirking Earth Beast. Besides, I don't think chakra-enhanced lightning would really cause damage. What Zabuza was implying was that only real lightning can kill that bastard, but how the hell could someone summon real lightning? Zabuza sighed as he brought his forward. Guess I will have to work with what I have. He looked at Earth Beast, who looked smug. Suddenly the demon of the mist smirked. This might work. Earth Beast looked wary at Zabuza as he suddenly charged, but then swooped his zanbato horizontally, which created a small wave at the S-ranked IWA ninja, who sighed and jumped in the air, but unexpectedly another Zabuza came from behind, shocking the man. Since when did he? Earth Beast's eyes went wide as he straightway blocked Zabuza's roundhouse kick, making the man descend towards the water. All of a sudden Earth Beast felt restricted water release. Water prison technique. His eyes went wide. He was imprisoned. Zabuza smirked as his clone surrounded Earth Beast. Beasts should stay in cages. Earth Beast chuckled as he then laughed, getting Zabuza's attention. Yes, you're right about that, but I'm no common beast. The Earth Beast's brown eyes glowed in terror, as then unexpectedly the prison dispelled, shocking Zabuza. Earth Beast quickly punched Zabuza, who dodged the punch, but hit his clone that dispelled back into water. Quickly in midair, Zabuza brought out a ninja wire and threw it at Earth Beast without him knowing, as the man then kicked Zabuza in the stomach, making the man cough blood. Damn, he broke my ribs. Earth Beast stood in front of Zabuza triumphantly. Humph, is that all? Zabuza chuckled. Nope, I have one more encore. Then he brought his hands forward in a kanji for lightning. Humph, a lightning technique. Are you that desperate demon of the mist? The man then felt his right hand being pulled. His eyes went wide. He was wet from head to toe, and if Zabuza was doing what he thought he was doing, yes. That Zabuza smirked as he then charged basic lightning chakra on the ninja wire he was holding. Lightning coursed through the unseen wire at a fast pace when it straightaway hit Earth Beast head-on. The man screamed as he was electrocuted. Zabuza smirked in victory, but he gasped. Earth Beast's body turned into mud. Mud clone. Fuck. Tizuna's house. Round the table the unconscious shinobis all woke up as the Genins Sakura and Sasuke looked around, but the Jounins and Yugao, when they woke up, quickly subdued Tsunami, who was standing near the kitchen. That was the scene Tizuna and Inari saw when they woke up. Tsunami. Tsunami was silent when Yugao held her neck from behind while the other Jounin surrounded her. Why did you do this? Tsunami still didn't answer as her hair looked to be covering her face. Naruto. Everyone looked at where Naruto was sitting and he wasn't there. What have you done to my student? Kakashi's eyes narrowed while Kurenai looked to be clenching her fists. The Tsunami's answer was tears. She cried. Naruto. He was taken. Yugao, who now let go of her, asked who has taken him. Tsunami broke down. Everyone gasped. What? Why did they take him? Kurenai inquired. When you looked closely at her, she looked to be shaken in anger. They threatened me, saying that my family won't be safe, that Gato has great influence. The group didn't speak while Sasuke's eyes narrowed at the woman. So Gato wanted the person that killed that man that kidnapped me. Yugao analyzed her to see if she was lying, but she was covering her face. She gritted her teeth. I don't have time. Naruto must be found. Naruto! Sakura whispered. Now they have taken Naruto to his mansion. I didn't have a choice. Kakashi grabbed her by the shoulder. It's alright, you were incapable of doing anything. We now know where they have taken Naruto. Kurenai nodded. Yes, we have to get him, said Asuma, who nodded at Kakashi. Tizuna and Inari ran to Tsunami and held her. Tizuna-san, take care of Tsunami, we are going to save Naruto. Kakashi looked at the group. Alright, we are going to Gato's mansion. Everyone nodded, while Yugao had different plans. With Naruto being with Gato, things became difficult. Yugao had a sinking feeling she was going to fail this mission. Regardless, my mission must be fulfilled. Tizuna-san, where is Gato's mansion? Asuma asked the client. It's northwest from here. The group nodded. Sakura. Sasuke, you will have to stay here and protect the client and his family, Kakashi ordered his students. Sasuke gritted his teeth as he was about to respond but held his tongue at his teacher's cold gaze. Sakura nodded as then the older ninjas dispersed out of the window. Damn, why are they holding me back? I can't. The Uchiha clenched his fists, as he was now thinking of something that was going to affect Konoha. Sasuke-kun. Sakura worriedly looked at her crush who just stomped upstairs leaving Sakura and the Tezuna's family. Kase-and Inari looked worried for his mother. Tsunami, it's okay. Tezuna comforted his daughter as he was hugging her. Tsunami, who was in her dad's hug inwardly, was worried sick. Naruto-kun. Within the forest, outside the mansion and the concentration camp, Haku led the prisoners through the forest, which was in a pathway that leads back to the waves when a group of mist shinobis blocked her path. You're not going anywhere, intruder, a mist ninja said with his group intercepting Haku and the Naruto clone. Haku looked at Naruto, who she nodded to, and he also gave her a nod. Then they both pulled out a kunai and got on the offensive. The mist Chunin and his group chuckled. You won't stand a chance against us. They then charged at Haku and Naruto, who got ready. Suddenly a kunai was thrown in between Haku, Naruto, and the mist ninjas. Suddenly two figures jumped on Haku, and on Naruto's side Haku smiled under her mask. It was the demon brothers. The brothers both did a series of hand signs, making the mist ninjas quickly try to do their techniques. Haku quickly threw up an ice barrier to protect the prisoners. Water release. Water twin dragon bullet technique. Both brothers combined their water dragon bullet technique, where instead of one large dragon there were twin dragons bigger than the one Zabuza does, as it then charged at the group. The mist ninja were too shocked to finish their technique as they froze, never seeing a technique like that. It cost them their lives as the water dragon crashed right into them, instantly killing the group, creating a huge impact in the process. The coast was clear now and the group carried on running. Thanks you lot. Haku thanked her comrades. No big ice maiden. Gozu interrupted his brother. Yeah, it's cool, she nodded, already getting used to their antics. While they were running they saw Gato and his samurai guard in front of them. Do you know what you have done? Gato was fuming while his samurai looked ready. Naruto and Haku both looked at each other and nodded. They both charged at Gato, who gasped in terror. The samurai quickly tried to unleash their blades, but Haku threw a needle at one samurai on the neck, making him fall unconscious on the floor. Using this as an opportunity, Naruto quickly threw a kunai at Gato, who closed his eyes in fear of death. Clang! The kunai hit a samurai blade as it intercepted Naruto's kunai. The samurais charged, leaving Gato on his own weight. Gato screamed. Haku smirked as she did her, using one hand seal's 1,000 flying water needles of death. She gathered some water from the air and surrounding environment into 1,000 long needles, then directed them at the charging samurais at high speed, leaping backwards before they got close. The samurais with eyes wide gasped and screamed when the needles rained upon them, killing them before they hit the ground. Haku gritted her teeth on what she did but felt Naruto grab her shoulder. She looked at him and nodded at her. It's alright, she smiled. The brothers with the group all came to both of them and then walked to a quivering Gato, who was on the floor scared as hell. Please, I can give you anything you want. Gato was afraid. He screamed in fear when he saw the glares of hatred that everyone was giving him. Meizu with his poison claw walked towards Gato with a murderous expression. Gato squealed like a pig. Please don't kill me. Meizu ignored him as he was about to strike. He was stopped by Haku. Haku, what are you doing? This scum deserves to die. Haku shook her head. I think he will get what he deserves. For now we must help the prisoners. Meizu was about to respond to the pacifist shinobi when his brother agreed. She is right, bro, we don't have time. Meizu sighed, as he then looked at Gato and attacked him with the back of his claw, hitting right on the face. Gato fell unconscious right away. Meizu looked at Haku. I hope you right, the ice maiden sighed and nodded. I hope so too. The Naruto clone turned around as he ran back to the camp. Hey Naruto. Gozu stopped because he was with Naruto. Leave him. He is a clone, he has his job to do. Gozu nodded at his brother, who was waiting for him, and ran with him after Haku and the prisoners. Inside the underground chambers, the two individuals saw a row of cells in front of them. The moans and grunts of the prisoners can be heard. Is this all of them? Tetsuko shook her head. No, there is another room which is bigger than this. Naruto nodded. How do I set them free? Tetsuko started thinking. I don't know, but we will find the keys to open them if we go deeper. They walked through the chamber observing the dead-looking prisoners. Why can't they use their bloodlines to get out? Naruto touched the bars, holding a malnourished-looking man who from Naruto's eyes was dead. They can't. Apparently their chakra have been sealed, thus they cannot use their bloodlines or any other ninja techniques. The area shook violently. Damn, another explosion. Hurry, we must finish this. Tetsuko nodded as they both started running forward, descending deeper into the underground chambers. When they got to the next room, there laid another row of prisoners. This time there were plenty of rows, each containing bloodline users. In front of them, far away from them, was a huge door. Hey, what's with that door? Is it the warden's office? Naruto looked at Tetsuko, who gritted her teeth. No, that's the room where the female bloodline users get. Tetsuko looked away in sadness. Naruto's eyes went considerable wide at what she meant as he straightaway bolted towards the room. When he kicked the door open, inside the room was dark because the lights were turned off. So when Naruto turned on the lights, he saw a huge king-sized bed in the middle of the room. There were no blankets, indicating that the woman that was sent there was just for a quick fuck. When Naruto ran towards the bed, he saw a woman lying there, inspecting her fully. It was a young woman who couldn't be more than 22 or 23 years of age. She had long auburn hair and vibrant green eyes. Her hair was so big it went past her back. She was naked as her large breasts stood large and firm. Her skin was a pale milky smooth and she had a figure that Naruto assumed was the reason she was sent here. Naruto would have blushed, but this was a serious situation, so when he looked at the woman's eyes they were dead. She looked to be frozen. As if Naruto touched her she would shatter. Her naked skin, which would probably have looked perfect and beautiful but instead was black from multiple large bruises that covered most of it from her neck to her legs. Her face had several welts and bruises, no doubt from being hit and smacked multiple times. There was something dripping on her face when Naruto touched it. When he did, it wasn't tears but something sticky. His eyes went wide. Come, Naruto gritted his teeth in anger. Bang! Behind Naruto a door was shut violently. He quickly looked and saw a man holding another girl on his back. He looked to be enjoying himself. The man looked to be in his mid-30s. He was a huge man with a muscular build, with brown hair and brown eyes. The man was obviously a Kyubi shinobi since the man was still wearing his Ihateheroes on his neck. However, everything else was gone. The man was completely nude, his dick flying around. Naruto's blood began to boil as he clenched his teeth hard, his blue eyes turning into slits, making him look like a tiger ready to pounce on his enemies. He dares do that to women. Naruto always held respect for women. He was not sure what it was about them that made him feel this way, maybe because he never had a mother. This respect was also the reason why he had never fought back whenever Sakura hit him. To see something like this happen sickened him. The man threw the woman he had to the floor as he muttered, "I have no use for a dead bitch," and then looked at Naruto with anger in his eyes. "Hey, go get your own woman, there are plenty to go around." The man had a lecherous look. Naruto looked back at the woman on the bed and then turned back to the man before him. "She is a hot one, isn't she?" The smiled wide, showing his ugly mug. The boss said he will have her for himself, but since everyone is gone now I might have a taste before him. Naruto froze when the man laughed. "She was so hot I blasted on her face right there." And then Naruto clenched his fists so tight that blood looked to be coming out of his hands. "Boy, leave! Let me have my fun." Naruto chuckled darkly as he got off the bed. "Fun?" The man looked at the boy in front of him. Suddenly a huge chakra blasted out of Naruto that scared the man. What then? From behind the man Tetsuko flew in the air and spin kicked him on the head, making the big man falter. Naruto took this opening as he disappeared fast. The man's eyes went wide as he felt something stab him. Zoom! The man felt electricity run through his body. Naruto stabbed him with the Raijin as he then pulled it out of the man's stomach, making him go on his knees. Tetsuko's eyes went wide at the blade as then Naruto stood in front of the man with a cruel smirk. Then he raised his Raijin to his right. "Why?" the man pleaded as he held his stomach. "You can have her, please let me live." "No." Naruto gave him no chance as he swung the Raijin, and the man's screams echoed in the room. HHHHH! The Raijin went through the man's head, decapitating him as his head flew in the air, blood gushing out of his neck. Tetsuko looked on in horror at what Naruto had done. Naruto had blood on his face when looked at Tetsuko, their eyes meeting, and she gasped. Naruto's eyes were cold as glaciers. "Tetsuko is all right." Without hesitation, Tetsuko ran to the unconscious woman and checked her out. "She is fine." "Naruto, she looks to be unharmed." Naruto nodded as he knew what she meant. She was harmed but untouched. Naruto then turned off the Raijin and sheathed on his back as he went next to Tetsuko, and they both looked at the naked woman. "Can she wake up?" Tetsuko shook her head. "I don't know, she is mentally unstable." Naruto nodded as then took off his robe. He then went to grab the woman's head so that he could dress her up, but suddenly the woman's eyes had life in them as she quickly speared Naruto to the floor, shocking both him and Tetsuko. Hey! The woman ignored Naruto's pleas as she tried to punch him, but Naruto grabbed her right arm, but then the woman's left hand went to grab his left rib. She smirked cruelly, then suddenly Naruto felt his rib burn up. He gasped as the woman was burning his left kidney. His jacket and shirt looked to be burned off, and also his skin like it was nothing. Naruto screamed in the process, "Arrgggh." He moved around frantically as then Tetsuko kicked the woman, making her fly towards the wall, but then she recovered before she hit the wall. "You bitch!" Tetsuko looked angry at the naked woman who got into a battle stance. Silence would have ensued, but Naruto's cries can be heard echoing in their ears. "You! Do you know what you have done?" Tetsuko's purple eyes glowed vigorously in anger. The woman was silent as she analyzed her surroundings. She saw the man that tried to rape her dead, his head missing, another dead woman on the bed, and a screaming blonde. Her eyes went wide. "Yes. We were here to save you." Tetsuko read her mind. The woman then ran towards Naruto and grabbed his head caringly. "Are you okay?" Naruto looked at her, anger in his eyes. "Ah!" he screamed as he then used his strength to push her away from him. The green-eyed woman stood there, shock evident in her eyes. When Naruto with difficulty stood up, "He can stand." "OL. DL. Add." Why? Tetsuko looked at Naruto, who was holding his left rib as he tried to rip his shirt with his teeth, hunting Tetsuko that he wanted his jacket and t-shirt off him. The old lady, getting the hint, ran to him as she took off his half-burned jacket and threw it to the floor. Then she ripped his white t-shirt and wrapped it tightly on his left rib. Naruto grunted in pain as she tightened it harder to stop the bleeding. You're lucky she had little chakra, or you would have been dead. She burned off most of your ribs and hit your liver. Naruto ignored her as he was panting. The woman was shaking and she looked deeply sad to Naruto, who was panting. We don't have time. Tetsuko nodded. I know, but the moment we get out of your resting place. Tetsuko then looked at the girl. You. What's your name? Tetsuko snapped at the woman who shook him. Terumi. Mei. Mei. Go take that robe and dress yourself, or do you want to attack someone again? Mei shook her head as she ran and put on the robe that was on the bed. Tetsuko looked at Naruto, who tried to get his jacket on the floor but couldn't bend over. Here Tetsuko went and got it for him. Naruto nodded at her as he then took out a container, but the container looked to be burnt, now turned into ashes. Naruto gritted his teeth and threw them away. Mei watched in sympathy as she bit her lips. Young man. We have to go. Naruto nodded as he slowly walked out with Tetsuko with him. You. Coming. Mei nodded as she quickly ran after the two. Does anyone know where the key is? Naruto managed to speak properly now, but he had to take deep breaths now and then. Mei looked at his body. He is very well built, and he withstood my lava release, inwardly blushing at the way she was checking him out, but soon became sad at what she had done. If he survives, it will leave a scar forever. Tetsuko chuckled. On my boy. They are right here. She then brought out a remote with 2 buttons. Both Mei and Naruto just looked confused at her. The guy back there had it in his possession. They nodded, then Tetsuko pressed the second button, then all the gates opened, freeing the prisoners, or what's left of them. Approximately 10 were alive, shocking the group. 10 out of 100, that's insane. Naruto was shocked as both Mei and Tetsuko were livid. The 10 prisoners were children, women and a few males. We are here to save you, said Tetsuko. The group nodded in appreciation. Mei each and a group of little girls ran and hugged Mei, crying, you're alright. They all cried on Mei's robe. Mei smiled. It's okay. They saved me. The little girls all looked at Tetsuko and Naruto. Thanks, big brother. Grandma. Both of them nodded at the girls too, smiling. The area then shook again, making Naruto's eyes go wide. Hurry, we must go before everyone leaves. The group nodded. We must first free the prisoners at the next room first, Tetsuko inquired. They all ran towards the other room. When they got there, Tetsuko also freed the prisoners and together with Naruto and Mei ran outside. When they reached towards the light, they all had a happy expression once they reached outside and into the clearing. The group gasped as the whole camp was burning as smoke reached the night sky. Tetsuko, hurry, we must go before it's too late. It's already too late, boy. The group gasped as right next to Naruto was a huge blonde-haired man. It was the missing IWA ninja Earth Beast. Naruto! Tetsuko screamed while Mei gasped. Naruto turned around as he then felt a punch hitting his face hard, making him fly back into the house where the underground stairway was held. Naruto! Tetsuko tried to go after Naruto, but Earth Beast was in her way. You better leave, prisoners, everyone gasped. Earth Beast looked at the group arrogantly. If you think I'm here to kill you, the boy's life is suffice. I won't let you kill Naruto. Tetsuko looked ready for battle. Tetsuko! The old lady looked at Naruto, who got out of the storage building, his face bleeding, clearly showing that his head was busted as he held his left rib in agony. Go! Before he changes his mind. Earth Beast chuckled. I can't, Naruto. If it wasn't for you, this would have not happened. Mei's eyes went wide. It was all him. It's too late. I can't turn around now. Naruto was huffing as Mei's attack still took a lot out of him. Naruto slowly took out the Raijin blade and brought out its aura. So it was you that killed Rokusho Aoi? Naruto just stood there ready to attack. You do know what you are doing is an act of betrayal for your village, right, Konoha ninja? Mei and Tetsuko's eyes went wide as the green-eyed woman held her mouth in shock. Both women were thinking the same thing. He is a Konoha ninja. Naruto smiled, Tsunami's voice ringing in his head. I'm just taking a leap of faith. Earth Beast shook his head disappointedly. What a naive boy you are. Then the man disappeared, shocking Naruto, as the black-robed former IWA ninja came on Naruto's left and delivered a left hook aiming right towards his left rib. Naruto quickly pushed himself back as he narrowly missed the blow from connecting him, thus he rolled backwards, losing the Raijin in his grasp. You have good senses. Naruto, who let go of the Raijin, found it difficult to get up. But this is the end of the road for you to show an act of power. The Earth Beast just jabbed the building on his right, and then suddenly the building collapsed. This shocked Naruto. His eyes went wide, making the man smirk. So you see, this isn't chakra enhanced. It's my physical strength, and it is off the charts. He then discarded his robe to show he was wearing a cream-colored t-shirt. He then tensed his whole body, ripping the t-shirt. You see, my whole body is as strong as the earth itself. Naruto looked shaken as he finally got up. The former IWA ninja smirked as he then charged at Naruto. Naruto! Mei screamed and the group gasped while the children were wailing. Tetsuko was about to join in and help Naruto. However, out of nowhere there came 6 figures all standing in front of Naruto. This got Earthbeast's attention as he stopped while the group gasped. Reinforcement just came. Kage Bunshin's Tetsuko muttered, looking at the figures who wore the same mask as Naruto's, making Mei look at the old lady. So it is not reinforcement. The old lady shook her head while watching the battle before them. They wished they could do something. If only I got those seals of me. Tetsuko gritted her teeth. She needed time to get rid of them. Time she didn't have. One of Naruto's clones helped Naruto up. Go everyone please, I can only hold him for 3 minutes. The group finally listened as they reluctantly left. You have a lot of chakra, boy. I'm impressed. Earthbeast smirked as he clenched his right fist at Naruto. Now let's do this. Naruto smirked as he looked at his clones. Spread out. The clones all dispersed surrounding Earthbeast. The dirty blonde-haired man smirked. A final effort before you die. Alright, I will play along. Inside the forest. The group was now running in the forest when they saw a Naruto clone hurry this way. Tetsuko nodded as she led the group after Naruto. This way, follow this path back to wave. Everyone nodded, listening to their savior. Suddenly the Naruto clone grunted in pain as he dispelled. Tetsuko's eyes went wide. Naruto. She wanted to go back, but she had a duty and made the group follow her. What everyone didn't know was that Mei looked to be missing. Back with Naruto and Earthbeast. Humph. Is that all you got? Naruto laid on the floor beaten as all the Kage Bunshin that came were all dispelled. Suddenly Naruto felt someone grab his head tightly while he was lifted up in the air. You're pathetic. Die. Naruto looked to be unconscious. His eyes were now lifeless. Before Earthbeast was about to put a hole through Naruto's chest, someone threw a kunai at him, aiming for his head. Quickly letting go of Naruto, the man dodged the kunai. He looked at the person responsible. It was Terumi Mei who came to Naruto's aid. You're here to save this trash even though you can't use chakra. Mei was panting as she held herself together in front of an unconscious Naruto. I must take responsibility. Earthbeast looked smug. I don't know what you are talking about. He then charged at Mei. But you can die with your lover. Earthbeast swung his right fist at Mei, the earth shaking at every step he was making. Mei closed her eyes. I'm sorry. Naruto. Behind her, Naruto laid there unconscious. I and Zabuza-sama are not doing this for selfish reasons. We are doing this because we have to. Haku's voice rang in Naruto's head as he saw the moment he was with her. Now do you see what we have to do? You are strong, Naruto-kun. All you need is to take a leap of faith. Naruto's eyes went wide. Leap of faith. Naruto saw Tsunami's smile. You may never know where you might end up, but it is better to take it than to never take it, and think of what ifs. Naruto's hand twitched as he heard Earthbeast's voice. You're pathetic. Die. What? Who is this? Naruto's eyes glowed, showing life within them, picturing Earthbeast in his mind. He then heard a voice. I'm sorry. Naruto. His eyes went wide as suddenly something in him snapped. His chakra exploded and Naruto's eyes glowed with vigor. It's your fault. Mei, with her eyes closed, didn't see the explosive energy behind her, but Earthbeast did as he still continued to charge. It's too late. Earthbeast's punch was about to connect, but then in a blink of an eye his fist connected with another fist. The man's eyes went wide and the brat was fast enough to intercept him. The area exploded with blue chakra, making Mei fly back a few yards as she screamed. Smoke enveloped the area, and when it cleared, Naruto can be seen standing, his hair covering his eyes. In a couple of yards, Earthbeast looked shocked while he was on his knees. The boy managed to overpower him. Earthbeast looked angry as he gritted his teeth. It's time I took you serious, boy, he charged, as then suddenly a Kage Bunshin interfered, making the man's eyes go wide. Mei, who landed next to the Raijin, took it as she used this opportunity. Naruto. Catch. Mei threw the Raijin at Naruto, who caught it. Mei smiled at Naruto, who looked at the blade, then he looked at the Earthbeast, who dispelled his clone. Naruto gritted his teeth as he grabbed hold of the Raijin with both hands. He poured all of his chakra for this attack. As the fire was burning the village violently, it started to rain, lightning echoing in the sky. Earthbeast poured chakra on his body, making his body shine, gaining an extra layer. He then charged at Naruto. Die, boy. Naruto swung the Raijin to his right, the blade singing energetically. I put everything in this final blow. Earthbeast smirked like a maniac. His right hand turned blue. Now he too poured his chakra for this attack. Mei looked shaken as she was clasping her hands together. Above them the lighting was getting more furious as it hit a nearby tree, making the area flash. The two opponents were within range of each other. Naruto screamed and swung the Raijin over his head. Tikoku Dai, Imperial Great Thunder. Lighting crashed on Naruto's blade as he swung it at Earthbeast, creating a wave of real mass lighting at the man, who looked terrified as his eyes went wide. The attack was so powerful it destroyed the blade unknowingly to Naruto. In shock, Earthbeast quickly blocked the upcoming attack, pouring all of his chakra on his body, trying to shield himself. However, he was having difficulty doing that because, simply put, lightning was stronger than earth. He screamed when the area flashed and then exploded, taking Naruto and Mei with it. Wave Shopping District. In the rain, the Konoha Jounins were running through the rooftops aimlessly as they didn't know exactly where Gato's mansion was. Gato's mansion should be around here, Kakashi investigated, although confused as to where it really was. We don't have time left. Kurenai looked worried. Don't worry, Naruto is a tough man. Asuma comforted her, but the woman completely ignored his help, making him sigh. Their questions were answered when a huge lightning crashed in an area within the forest, making a huge thunderous sound, thus making the whole area flash, enveloping the group, shocking them greatly. When it cleared, the Jounins and Yugao looked at each other. Let's go. Everyone nodded, now knowing where Naruto was. They all increased their speed, hoping their comrade is alright. Wave Country, just entering the shopping district. Haku and the demon brothers finished freeing the prisoners, who all ran for their lives. Haku sighed, knowing how that felt. Running aimlessly until you find a home that's not really a home. She clenched a hand. One day Zabuza will become Mizukage, and all this nightmare will be over. Haku! The Ice Maiden looked up and gasped as she saw Zabuza at the roof of the building, who jumped down and landed near her and the brothers. Zabuza-sama/boss. Zabuza smirked. We don't have time to talk, we must hurry and leave. Haku took off her mask in shock. What? But Naruto. Zabuza sighed. The boy knew what he got into. Haku was shaking. Then Zabuza grabbed her by the shoulder. We have to hope he is okay. Haku nodded. They couldn't go back for him. The group heard a commotion when they saw people running towards them. They quickly looked at each other, nodded, and both disappeared. Concentration camp. What the group of Konoha ninjas saw made their hearts stop for just a second. The group may not know there was a concentration camp here, nor will they ever, because what they saw was just pure destruction. Fire swallowed the whole area, the house included. It also threatened to swallow the forest whole if it wasn't for the walls that once surrounded the camp. However, the fire still could spread, because right in the middle of what was once the concentration camp laid a huge crater in a scar-like fashion, stretching all the way to the forest. Heck, no one knows where it stops. That's what the Konoha ninjas saw. Wah! What is this? Asuma was absolutely dumbfounded. The group couldn't give him an answer without going into a spluttering mess. Naruto. Is Naruto here? Everyone went out of their stupor as they started to look around, avoiding the fire. Damn, the fire is consuming everything. Kakashi and Yugao looked at each other and nodded as they went and done a series of hand signs. Water release. Great waterfall technique. The surge of water greatly calmed the fire down, the rain helping them as well, and soon quelled the fire. When everything was clear, the group searched around. They were about to give up when Asuma screamed, "Hey, over here!" The group all ran towards the Sarutobi when he showed them Naruto's headband. Everyone's eyes went wide while Kurenai gasped. Kakashi took the headband from Asuma. This doesn't explain anything. Everyone looked at Kakashi while Kurenai's eyes were on the headband. What do you mean? This shows he's MIA or K. Asuma was interrupted by Kurenai before he finished. No, don't finish that. Asuma looked at the red-eyed Kunoichi with a faltered expression. Naruto properly ran off during the chaos. Yugao nodded. That's right, everyone. Senpai, we cannot decide until further notice. Kakashi sighed as he knew Yugao was right. They couldn't decide right away because, simply put, Naruto was the Konoha's Jinchuriki. In fact, he was the very first kyubi host, so special treatment was required. Okay, we will stay at Wave for an extra week to wait for Naruto to come. If not. Everyone nodded, knowing what he meant. If Naruto doesn't come in a week, his fate will be decided. The group dispersed, with Yugao staying behind looking at the wreckage with a faraway look. It would seem Gato is also nowhere to be found, and also his mansion, and everything to his name is destroyed. I must tell Hokage-sama about this. The mission was a failure. Yugao then nodded to herself as she disappeared. Deep within the forest, under the bright moon illuminating the forest, rested a cave. The cave shone like someone lit a fire inside it. Going inside the cave, there was a fireplace in the middle, and next to it laid an unconscious figure. He was injured from head to toe, his whole chest now covered with leaves. Another figure came into the cave, sighing, I can't seem to find them. The person then sat down, looking at the unconscious figure before her. Mei Terumi looked at the unconscious form of one Uzumaki Naruto. She hoped the leaves would stop the bleeding, or he would most likely die. The boy was shivering violently. As a matter of fact, so was she. A night in the forest was going to be a cold venture. She looked at him. He was half naked, as his trousers were the only thing on him. She remembered what happened. The technique Naruto has done has blown away Earth Beast, the devastation also hurting him in the process. So when the smoke cleared, she took his unconscious form and ran after the others. However, she didn't know where they were. The only choice was to wait until he woke up. Mei crawled towards Naruto and looked at his figure. She giggled at the fox tattoo on his chest, surprised that he was into such a thing. With a longing look, she instinctively touched his chest as she soothed his cold body while in deep thought. When she touched his left rib, she felt the damage she had done, although the bleeding stopped, which surprised her at how fast he heals. Nevertheless, she almost killed the person that was going to save them. She bites her lips in frustration. She once remembered the kids in the cages all praying that a knight will come and save the day. Their prayers were answered. A knight has come in the form of this man before her. You do know what you are doing is an act of betrayal for your village, right, Konoha ninja? She gasped quietly that he was a Konoha ninja. If they found out what he did, he would most likely get executed. He was here sacrificing everything to save people he didn't know. She quivered. She didn't believe there would be such an idiot still breathing in this world. Naruto's moans woke her up as she looked at her savior who looked to be freezing. Suddenly, without hesitation, she took out the cloak that once belonged to Naruto. Her naked frame now shone to the world. Looking at Naruto, longing in her eyes, she then laid next to him. She put her head on his chest and felt that he was very cold. So she then decided to rip the robe in two so it could be a blanket. This time brought Naruto's head and placed it softly on her firm breast. She then took the robe, now blanket, and enveloped both her and Naruto. She looked at Naruto, who was freezing still. May now under the blankets, wrapped her hands around his body, slowly rubbing his back to provide heat. She then held his injured left rib so that the leaves could be in its place properly, her right hand still rubbing his back. She looked at Naruto, imprinting the courage and strength he showed today in her mind forever. Taking a leap of faith, suddenly she put her face in his hair, taking a deep sniff as she smiled. "Thank you, Naruto." She soon closed her eyes and slept, also overtaking her. Unconsciously she held Naruto tight, not wanting to ever let go. In the forest, outskirts of Wave Country, night looked to be ending as morning was soon coming. Ninjas can be seen all looking for the runaway slaves, but to no avail, because how were they going to check everyone in Wave Country? "We must find them." Gato now consciously fumed as he was holding a Kiri ninja when someone came towards them. The group noticed when Gato had looked at the man who was now wearing a cloak with a hood covering his face. Gato. The little man had a gleeful smile as he found out who he was. Earth Beast. The man under the hood smirked. Gato came to him. "Earth Beast, thank God you're here." Gato turned around towards the Kiri ninja. "You there, go with Earth Beast and find those intruders. I want them dead." "You here?" Earth Beast chuckled, making Gato look at him. "What's wrong?" The big man still chuckled. Gato. The former IWA ninja started to shake. It was fun. Gato was confused when suddenly Earth Beast disappeared and reappeared behind the Kiri ninjas, shocking them. "What the?" The Kiri ninja that was the nearest suddenly got a hole in his chest. His comrades looked shocked as Earth Beast put a fist in their comrade's chest. The Kiri ninjas then charged, making the man smirk as he then made a series of hand signs. Dust release. Detachment of the primitive world technique. Earth Beast created a cube, with a sphere located at its center, between the palms of his hands. This cube then expanded rapidly and was propelled at the Kiri ninjas, who were all now trapped inside its confines. Then the chakra sphere exploded with a tremendous amount of force, killing them instantly. It was the most clean kill one has ever seen. Gato's eyes went wide when Earth Beast started walking towards him, who took a step back. "Earth Beast, what are you doing?" The man smiled. "I'm bored." The man then grabbed the little man by the neck and lifted Gato in the air. "Please stop, I can give you anything you want." Earth Beast chuckled. "No thanks. You served your purpose long enough." Gato's eyes went wide as he started to struggle. "Please. Please." Earth Beast smirked cruelly and snapped Gato's neck. Snap! Gato's body fell helplessly on the floor in front of Earth Beast, who started to look up in the sky. "Uzumaki Naruto, he." Earth Beast started to chuckle again when suddenly the wind blown furiously, making the man's hood fly off his face, now shown to the world. There was a huge scar right in the middle of his face as the big man touched it with his right hand. "If I didn't use the dust release, I would have most certainly been dead." Earth Beast smirked evilly. "Next time we meet, Konoha Ninja, I will not hold back." Earth Beast then laughed maniacally, the wind carrying his laughter in the sky. Early morning inside the cave. The sun was dawning now. Morning came. Within the cave, May slept very comfortably as she didn't want to wake up. Groggily opening her eyes, she saw a mop of golden hair on her chest. Her eyes went wide, but she quickly realized what happened yesterday. She then gently put Naruto down, who was still asleep. Might as well check around for help. She was about to go and try again, but realized she was still naked. Blushing slightly, she heard someone groaning. Ugh! Naruto woke up, his body overly numb, and in pain. His eyes were now blurry. He couldn't see properly, so when his sight became clear, he saw a naked woman's behind in front of him, her long hair covering her back up to her. But he just froze. May and also did the same. Silence ensued, which lasted for a minute, but for them was like hours. Naruto didn't know what to say as he blushed a storm. Where are we? May blushed as well, although her back was turned from Naruto. She prayed he didn't notice her blushing. "We are in a cave. You were injured, so I tried my best to heal you." Naruto nodded. Suddenly his eyes went wide. What happened to Earth Beast? Where is he? May turned around, making Naruto quickly close his eyes. "Careful, you still can't move." May unconsciously gave him a full view of her body. Even though she too was damaged with many hits, it still looked desirable. "Hey! What are you?" Sorry. May giggled at the frantic boy. She then walked towards him and took the blanket and covered herself. You can now look at Naruto. She can't believe why he is still blushing. He saw her naked twice now. Naruto slowly opened his eyes. "So Naruto, where are the rest?" Naruto nodded, knowing what May meant. He scrunched his face in deep thought and started to grunt him. May resisted giggling as she found it cute. "I really don't know." May's sweat dropped. It took him a while to decide that. Naruto sighed and tried to get up as he was having difficulty. "Let's just look around." But suddenly Naruto fell towards the floor, shocking Mei. I told you to rest, your body is numb, it will take a while for you to heal, Mei scolded as she made him stay put. She too sat down now in front of him. Naruto. You sure you don't know where the rest are? Naruto nodded. Yeah, not exactly. But they did say once everyone is free they all be back to wave. Mei nodded, so it was a desperate attack. Free the slaves and run as hell. Silence then ensued as both didn't have anything to say to each other. Naruto, Mei muttered, ending the period of silence with her hair covering her face, preventing anyone from seeing her expression. Naruto tilted his head to the side while he looked at the lady before him, who looked serious. Why did you do it? Naruto was confused. Do what? Mei then looked him in the eye, both azure and emerald-colored eyes meeting. Why save us? Mei looked at Naruto expecting an answer. Why did I save you all? Naruto crossed his arms and started thinking. It wasn't just me. Mei nodded. Yes, I know that, but why did you do it? Why not? Naruto's answer made Mei's eyes go wide. Why? What? She was too stunned at his response. Why not? Naruto smiled at Mei, who got out of her stupor. I mean, why can't I help? Is there something wrong with that? Mei got up suddenly, getting Naruto's attention. Boo. But you will get into serious trouble. Naruto smiled brightly at her, shocking the auburn-haired lady. Maybe I won't. Who knows? So far no Konoha ninjas know what I did. Naruto pictured to what Tsunami said to him in his mind. Mei froze. You. Naruto laughed. Besides, who knows what will happen or where I will end up? Mei's morals were shaken. Here was a man who threw all logic out of the window, simply saying so what? She couldn't comprehend what the hell he was thinking. She quivered, remembering how she got here. Suddenly she looked at Naruto, fire in her eyes, then jumped right at him without him knowing. Naruto was about to carry on, but without warning Naruto felt a weight befall on him, making his eyes go wide. Mei hugged him, shocking Naruto. She hugged him tighter. Oh. Naruto felt her shake when he soothed her back in comfort. Seriously, Naruto didn't know what to do, as he never was in a situation like this before. Thank you? Naruto, Mei whispered, her hot breath tingling his ear. Naruto blushed unknowingly to Mei. They were like this for a while until Naruto realized she jumped on his injuries. He gasped, oh. It hurts, hey. Mei's eyes went wide. So. Sorry. Outskirts of wave, towards wave. The two were walking in a pathway towards the waves, with Mei holding on to Naruto, who had difficulty walking. Mei. The woman looked at Naruto, who looked to be hesitating. It's not my business, but how did you get captured? Mei stopped on her tracks, also making Naruto stop in the process. She looked at Naruto, who also looked back and was shocked at what he saw. Her eyes were cold. Let's just say that I tried to make a difference, and it didn't work. Naruto just nodded. He didn't need to ask more because simply it wasn't his place to ask. But Naruto looked at Mei, who smiled at him. Now is different. Naruto dumbly nodded at the woman, not knowing what the hell she was talking about. The two then set off towards their final destination at the end of this horrible week. Wave Country Shopping District. The pair were dumbfounded on what they were seeing. The whole shopping district was full of people, all who seemed to be celebrating. What is going on? Naruto and Mei looked marveled as they were walking through the district. One man was screaming, holding his child in the air, that the nightmare is over and that Gato is dead. Naruto and Mei's eyes went wide, and Gato was dead. Gato is dead. Naruto and Mei couldn't believe it. Who killed him? Is it your group? Naruto shook his head. I don't know. Mei and Naruto just stood there astonished, as then suddenly they heard the shop clerk screaming, "Get these free wonderful clothes. Offer only stays for this wonderful occasion." Suddenly Naruto fell towards the ground hard. He slowly got up, still almost falling to the ground again. What was that for? He then looked at where Mei went. She was talking to the shop clerk, holding a bag full of clothes with her. Thank you very much for the clothes. The shop clerk was blushing at her. Don't worry about it. Naruto just sweat dropped. You could have just warned me about this. Then suddenly there was a flash of pink which jumped at Naruto, shocking him as they both fell to the ground. Naruto, ugh. Haruno, Sakura and Tsunami went shopping together, as Tsunami went to get groceries and clothing for her family and Sakura's job was to protect her. Everyone was shocked at the news of Naruto's disappearance, as it affected everyone. Not even Gato's death managed to change that. Poor Inari was broken and Tazuna was devastated. Kakashi-sensei said to wait. But Sakura found it hard to believe her sensei's comforting words, as he was also affected. Heck, when Sasuke found out, he just got up and left. Tsunami-san and Kurenai-sensei were changed by Naruto's disappearance. That was true because the Tsunami never got out of her room until now. Kurenai kept things to herself more often than before. Naruto. Sakura's eyes had a sad look while she sat on the pavement waiting for Tsunami to come out. While Sakura was looking at the many people walking past her in space, she saw a blonde-haired boy that stood out from the crowd. He looked to be half naked, making her blush at his figure, as girls seemed to be attracted to him, giggling and blushing. The boy slightly turned around, showing his face a little and lines on his cheeks, almost like whiskers. Sakura gasped, instinctively running towards the figure and jumping at his back by surprise. Naruto, ugh. What the hell? Naruto looked at the person who tackled him to the ground. Does anyone not care for the injured around here? Nah. Naruto, he heard a gasp and a familiar voice, making his eyes wide. Sakura. Naruto. The pink-haired girl suddenly jumped on him again, this time crying. Naruto just stood there shocked as far away from him May watched with a serious look and then smiled. Naruto! Then suddenly the tsunami jumped at him, completely ignoring that Sakura was on him, hurting Naruto even more. May just watched on twitching comically. A hand then went to grab her shoulder making May turn quickly to identify the figure. Her eyes went wide. Tizuna's house. Everyone all sat on the table quietly as silence ensued in the house. Kakashi just sat on the chair near the window just looking outside while Sasuke had his eyes closed in thought. Kurenai looked to be sitting on the couch holding a pillow with a sad expression, while Asuma was watching her with a narrowed expression. Tizuna was upstairs watching. The door suddenly opened and then everyone except Sasuke looked expectantly with their hopes up. However, in stepped Yugao putting away her mask. Everyone sighed as Yugao just looked confused. Suddenly everyone heard laughter outside. Everyone didn't get their hopes up this time as then the door opened and came Sakura and Tsunami. Ohio-sensei. Kakashi just lazily nodded ignoring his pink-haired student, while he just looked at the window in peace. Yo Kakashi! Kakashi nodded again, sighing this time. Naruto, how many times do I have to tell you call me sensei? Kakashi and Sasuke's eyes went wide, while Kurenai bolted right up. Asuma's cigarette fell out of his mouth, and Yugao let her umbu mask fall towards the ground. Naruto, Tizuna and Inari both ran downstairs as soon as they heard his name. Naruto just scratched the back of his blushing slightly who was now wearing a white t-shirt. Naruto, where were you? We thought you went missing or worst of dead. I'm glad you're okay, Naruto-kun. Okay. Everyone, let's just sit down and talk to Naruto. Then Kakashi gestured everyone to all sit round the table. When everyone sat down they were all waiting for Naruto, who thanked Tsunami for serving him a drink. Okay Naruto, tell us what happened to you. Naruto nodded when he drank his juice. The moment he put it in his mouth he spat it out, shocking everyone. Old man. What the fuck? Tizuna just laughed. Ahahaha, enjoy a little drink Naruto, it's good for you. Tiu-san. Everyone's sweat dropped while Inari was just laughing and getting back to normal. Naruto. Kakashi had a look saying he is not here for games. Naruto then coughed as he then looked serious at the group. Okay, this is what happened. Flashback. Ugh. Where am I? Naruto woke up in a cell as he then heard someone screaming at him, rise and shine boy. Then a group of people came in and started to drag him somewhere. Hey, what are you? Naruto got interrupted by one of the guys who punched him in the face. Ugh, shut up boy. The people then dragged him to a room and threw him in. The lights then turned on as then Naruto saw a group of people ranging from shinobis and samurais. Naruto slowly got up trying to find out where he was. Okay, now that the final member is here we can begin. Naruto then saw a man wearing a cape with flames at the back and he had blue eyes with spiky dark blonde hair. Where am I? Naruto inquired, making everyone laugh as they screamed things like hey a newbie. Or poor little lamb. The man smiled at Naruto. Don't worry, I will explain to you now. He then looked at the group before him. Alright everyone, you know the rules and the prize money, right? Everyone screamed and whistled. What rules and what prize money? The man sighed. The prize money is 10 million yen and the rules are. The cape man smirked cruelly as he changed the subject, irritating Naruto in the process. Okay guys, welcome to the fight club. Everyone looked at Naruto as well, who watched with a solemn expression. However, before we begin we must recite the rules. Everyone sighed and groaned but quickly listened to the man. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The man stretched the name Fight Club showing how serious he is. The second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The man now screamed, leaking killer intent, scaring everyone as he was mad at this point. The third rule of Fight Club is if someone yells stop, the fight is over. The fourth rule is only 2 guys to a fight. The man pointed 2 fingers at the people who were murmuring. The fifth rule: 1 fight at a time, fellas. The group lowly cheered. Sixth rule: only specific weapons are allowed. Only at the finals any other fights, it's hand to hand. Seventh rule: fights will go on as long as they have to. And the eighth and final rule: if this is your first night at Fight Club. The man looked at Naruto with a glint in his eye. You have to fight. Suddenly he smirked a cruel smirk. Yeah, everyone cheered while Naruto had a stunned expression. Wait. Everyone looked at Naruto, who screamed, I got taken here by force, I don't have to do this. The man chuckled evilly at Naruto. Sorry boy, but you know the first and second rule, right? Naruto nodded as then the man disappeared in a yellow flash, getting Naruto by surprise as he put a kunai on his neck. Then, you can never leave here, the man whispered in Naruto's ears, making the boy sweat in fear while he gulped. Let's begin. YHHHHHH. End of flashback. Silence echoed as outside a bird was screaming to what it sounded like baka baka. While everyone in the room had a stupefied looks on their faces, Naruto shivered as he looked scared. Everyone's chakra was sealed off, and since it was my first time, Naruto drank the drink, not caring if it was alcohol. I fought this big fat guy when I punched his belly. It seriously made no effect. It was like he was immune. Naruto then chuckled as he got up, raising his fist in the air. But don't worry guys, I beat the guy in the end. He didn't. Naruto was about to carry on when out of nowhere a punch came crashing down on his head. You would think it was Sakura. No, it wasn't her. Well, she was about to, but this person beat her to it. It was Yuhi Kurenai who screamed Baka. This was unlike her, so when it hit Naruto's face fell on the table, crashing right on the floor. Asuma looked shocked, not expecting her to do that, while Yugao shook her head disappointed at the blonde. Tazuna and Inari laughed while Tsunami looked at Naruto sighing. Kakashi's sweat dropped. Did he talk about sensei? Then denial came upon Kakashi, as he dismissed it, knowing Naruto was just joking around. Sakura looked irritated as next to her the Uchiha had enough. Sasuke got up and just walked outside. Sasuke-kun. Sakura ran after her crush in the process. Naruto, seriously, what happened to you? Naruto nodded at the Umbu commander. I woke up at Gato's mansion as he sent me to prison so that they could interrogate me about Aoi. Everyone nodded, now being serious. Then suddenly something happened, I don't know what, but that made things easier for me, so I busted myself out. Everyone sighed at the basic explanation. Then how come you left your headband behind? Naruto touched his forehead. My headband, where is it? Everyone sweated. Dropped. Kakashi sighed as he gave the headband back to Naruto. Thanks, I thought I lost it when I fought my way through the smoker. Ninja sighed as he asked his question. So Naruto, what was that explosion? Naruto froze but quickly shrugged. I don't know, I just ran. The Jounins noticed but kept it to themselves for a later date. Okay Naruto, that's enough, go rest, you need it. The blonde nodded as he went upstairs, Inari running after him. Night has come as everyone now went to bed. In Inari's room while the boy slept, Naruto looked to be watching the window, his eyes gazing at the moon. He held his left rib, hissing in pain. Damn it, going to leave a mark for good. Knock, knock. Someone knocked at the door, getting Naruto's attention. It was a Tsunami as she was gesturing to Naruto to come downstairs. Naruto nodded and then went downstairs to the back garden where Tsunami was. She was looking at the moon when Naruto walked beside her. Naruto-kun, the village was so vibrant today, wasn't it? Naruto nodded. Yes, it was. Tsunami. Tsunami smiled as she looked at the moon with great interest. Inari finally played outside happily for the first time. How are you feeling? Tsunami. Tsunami ignored him. Father finally got to finish the bridge, he worked so hard. She giggled dryly. He was jumping in joy. What do you feel? Tsunami. Tsunami flinched as her hair was covering her eyes. The people were all out. It was. Naruto quickly grabbed her by the shoulders as he made her turn towards him. What about you, Tsunami? Naruto gave her a strong stare as the Tsunami started to tremble. She then looked up at Naruto, their eyes meeting. She was crying her heart out. I'm happy. Inari's mother launched at Naruto as she hugged him tightly, not daring to let go, and started sobbing uncontrollably. Naruto smiled as he soothed her and caressed her hair. Thank you, Naruto. The woman held tighter. Thank you so much. Naruto smiled brightly. No thank you, Tsunami. The woman's eyes went wide as she looked at Naruto, and with a leap of courage kissed him right on the lips. The Uzumaki's eyes went wide as the Tsunami deepened the kiss. She soon ended the kiss and giggled at his stunned look. Naruto-kun, she caressed his cheek, while she smiled radiantly. This was your present, Naruto. You deserve it. Naruto just gaped as Tsunami just walked off her hips, swaying, making Naruto unconsciously look at it. She smiled. Tazuna's house. 2 days have passed. Each day the celebration became more intense. Naruto and Tazuna both enjoyed the most of it as they partied the days away, much to the annoyance of everyone. Inari wanted to join in, but Tsunami prohibited him from, making the poor boy groan in sadness. The Jounins and Yugao too lightened up as they smiled and cheered with the country. Throughout the 2 days Sasuke was more confined, causing the concern of his teammate Sakura. However, now was the time to leave as the Konoha ninjas were now standing in front of Tazuna's house. Naruto, ever since he came back, got new clothes courtesy of the Tsunami. He now is wearing blue jeans with matching blue sandals with a white t-shirt slightly showing it to everyone, while he wore a buttoned orange shirt with a black star on the back. His wild blonde hair was shown to the world as he wore his headband on his right arm. To the girls he looked very hot as Sakura kept giving him peeks unknowingly to the blonde. At the moment he was in a conversation with Inari, who looked sad. Nei-san, I don't want you to go. Inari was crying as he was hugging Naruto tightly, wishing he wouldn't go. It was a cute sight to everyone with Tsunami smiling at the scene. Hey Inari, come on men, don't cry. Inari nodded, trying to man up now. Besides, we will see each other again. Inari looked up at his big brother, hope now in his eyes. Really? Naruto nodded as he ruffled his hat, making the kid giggle. Yeah, that's a promise. I see you, Naruto, you are a cool kid, remember that? Naruto nodded at the old bridge builder as the man gave him a bottle of champagne. Take it, you deserve it, Naruto, and everyone's sweat dropped. The blonde just dumbly nodded as he held it when the man hugged him and ruffled his hair. Alright everyone, let's go. Kakashi started to walk off, going after Sasuke, who started to go ahead of them with Sakura running after the Uchiha. Let's go, Naruto-kun. Naruto nodded at Kurenai while unknowingly Asuma narrowed his eyes on him. However, Yugao noticed she was narrowing her eyes this time at Asuma. Wait, Naruto-kun! Everyone stopped while Team 7, with the exception of Naruto, carried on walking. Tsunami walked towards Naruto and gave him something he missed dearly, his music player. Naruto gasped, my music player, thanks Tsunami. Tsunami smiled brightly as out of the blue she hugged Naruto, shocking everyone while Kurenai's eyes narrowed. I will see you again, will I, Naruto? Naruto smiled in her hug as he hugged her back. I promise we shall. After all, if it wasn't for you I would not have done it. Tsunami's eyes went wide, tears now coming as she held him tighter. She let go of Naruto and joined her family, watching her savior, who waved and walked off with the jounins. He is a savior, said Tazuna. Tsunami nodded. You don't know the half of it. Inari looked up at his dad. Hey, let's name the bridge after Naruto ni. Tazuna sighed. Nope, we will name it the Tazuna Waves. Ouch. Tsunami pinched him as she looked at her father, anger evident in her eyes, making him gulp. Okay, let's call it the Great Naruto Bridge, named after the man who gave this village hope. Tsunami smiled beautifully. Great Naruto Bridge. A name that suits you well, Naruto-kun. Naruto, Yugao, and the jounins, with the exception of Kakashi and Ko, who were a couple yards ahead of them, were walking through the bridge. Oh, baby, how I miss you. Naruto marveled at his music player, now hugging it, making Kurenai and Yugao's sweat drop at the familiar scene with a man and his orange book. Asuma was next to him, who looked to be trying to light his cigarette, but his lighter for some reason wasn't working. Hey Naruto, you got a lighter? Asuma looked at the boy with hope. Naruto looked at the man and sighed. Sorry. Left it at home. Asuma grunted quietly, swearing. Kurenai and Yugao looked amused at the man, who now looks to be suffering, as he stomped off towards Kakashi, maybe asking him for a lighter. Naruto was about to put on his headphones and go to his dream world when Kurenai tapped his back. Sighing, Naruto looked at her. What is it now? Kurenai eyebrow twitched. Why do you listen to that anyway? The boy shrugged. Just a hobby. Yugao joined in. Hey Naruto, let me listen to them. Suddenly the boy started to protect his precious Na. This is sacred. The two women sighed. Don't be stingy and let us listen to them. The boy shook his head furiously. No. Kurenai looked at her friend, who looked back, and they both smirked cruelly. Maybe Naruto listens to love songs. Naruto froze as the two women noticed. This time the purple-haired carrying on the tornado listening to love songs will be funny to see. Naruto became defiant. No way. I listen to my own music, not lovey-dovey music. The girls giggled. Then prove it to us, Naruto. Naruto slightly blushed at what they called him, making the girls giggle even more. Naruto looks cute like that. Naruto stopped and gritted his teeth at the red-eyed. Okay, I will show you. The women inwardly high-fived each other. All three of them stopped where they were, as they were not far off from Tazuna's house. Naruto took his headphones out of his music player so that it could be a loudspeaker. I don't have to even read the playlist. I know them by heart. Naruto looked arrogant as he showed his music player to them and turned it on. The first song was Crossfades, So Far Away, as the song echoed through the bridge. I've been changing but you'll never see me now. I've been changing but you'll never see me now. Now I'm blaming you for everything. See, this is Crossfades, So Far Away. The girls nodded at him when Naruto pressed the next button. The second song was Coldplay, Viva La Vida. I used to rule the world. Seas would rise when I gave the word. Now in the morning I sweep alone. Sweep the streets I used to own. I used to roll the dice. Feel the fear in my enemies' eyes. Listen as the crowd would sing. Now the old king is dead. Long live the king! This is a song called Viva La Vida by Yugao, interrupted Coldplay. Naruto looked at the two older women, who nodded. I know this song too. You know Naruto-kun? Kurenai smirked at the Uzumaki. Naruto smiled. Well, what you know? The women giggled, enjoying this moment. Let me show you the third one. Naruto smirked as he expected Evan's Blue Erase My Scars to come on, but something totally different came on. No, we've been friends forever. But now I think I'm feeling something totally new. And after all this time I opened up my eyes. Now I see you were always with me. Naruto froze. So did Kurenai and Yugao. Silence ensued. Chorus. Could it be you and I? Never imagined. Could it be suddenly I'm falling for you? Could it be you were right here beside me and I never knew? Could it be that it's true? It's you and it's you. This must be the wrong music player. Naruto chuckled dryly as he looked at his sensei and her friend. They looked stupefied as they gave him the most absurd look Naruto has ever seen. They both slowly looked at each other and then burst out laughing. Ahahaha. Naruto fumed. Hy. Someone played with my player. Yugao snorted, trying to hold her laughter. Yeah right, Naruto-kun, that's what they all say. Naruto fumed, his face turning red. On Naruto-kun, I knew you were a big softy at heart. Kurenai laughed when Naruto tried to leak killer intent. No. Someone. Naruto tried to form the right word as he was too shocked. Both ladies laughed louder, making him angrier even more. Someone touched my player. Naruto screamed at the sky. At Tazuna's house, Tsunami looked to be watching from the window in space, and when she heard someone scream she giggled. Sorry Naruto-kun. She had a stack of pictures of Naruto in all kinds of clothes ranging from suits and swimsuits with her. She giggled as she blushed. Naruto-kun. Tsunami sighed longingly. I will see you again, Naruto-kun. I know it. The group now were walking together with Kurenai and Yugao looking at Naruto and laughing lightly at him. Asuma watched Naruto and Kurenai, his eyes narrowing at the blonde. What's with him? Sakura thought as she looked at the blushing Naruto, who pouted that he looked cute to her. What? Since when is Naruto cute? She scowled. She looked at Naruto, who looked back and smiled at her. She suddenly remembered everything he did for her when she smiled brightly at him. Maybe you're cute a little. Just a little. Sakura blushed slightly. Kakashi saw everything as he smiled at the girl, then turned back to his book. Naruto, who was now a step or two behind everyone, sighed as he went and turned on his music player. This song, for some reason, is the right song to play now. We are the ocean ready for the fall. The song echoes in the background. Well, I've been down this road before, so I hold my hands up. I'm ready for the fall. But sometimes I wish it wasn't always the same. Yeah, but it's always the same. It's always the same for me. At Wave Country, in an abandoned warehouse. Mei Terumi, now dressed in a long-sleeved dark blue dress that falls just below the knees. It seems to be closed at the front with a zip, and is kept open on the front right side from the waist down. The dress only covers up to the upper part of her arms and the underside of her breasts. Underneath, she wore a mesh shirt that covers more of her upper body than her dress, but stops short of covering her shoulders and still leaves a sizable cleavage. She also wears shorts in the same color as her dress, a skirt in the anime, and underneath those, mesh leggings reaching down over her knees. Around her waist, she wears a belt with a pouch attached to the back on the left. Furthermore, she now wore high-heeled sandals and shin guards reaching up over her knees. She also wears dark blue polish on her fingers and toes, and is wearing dark blue lipstick. Her ankle-length, auburn hair now is styled into a herringbone pattern at the back, a top knot tied with a dark blue band, and with 4 bangs at the front. 2 bangs are short, with one covering her right eye, and 2 are long, crossing each other on her chest. The woman was standing near the entrance of the warehouse looking to go, as behind her was Tetsuko. Thanks to her, their chakra were now unsealed. I was quite surprised when you said you was an Uzumaki. Tetsuko chuckled. Imagine my surprise when Naruto was one. Mei nodded at the old lady who carried on. He is an incredible man. Mei smiled. That's why I must do this. Tetsuko looked worried. But it didn't work before. Mei interrupted Tetsuko. Yes, it may have not worked before, but this time I have a feeling I will succeed. Tetsuko nodded, and she found Mei at the shopping district with Naruto, who left with the other 2 ladies. They both assumed that he was going back to his team. They went to the warehouse to lay low just in case and got to know each other properly in the process. The reason why they quickly became acquaintances was thanks to Naruto. Mei then told Tetsuko about her goals to liberate Mist and become Mizukage, and wanted Tetsuko to join. The old lady in the end accepted, and now they were leaving to Mist in order to begin their revolution. I want to ask you something. Mei looked at Tetsuko. What made you want to do this again, knowing the risk? Mei smirked while her back was turned to Tetsuko. What Naruto said to her in the cave echoing in her mind. Why not? She turned around and gave the brightest smile she could muster, making the old lady gasp. Why not? Beautiful, she's had her way, now I'm ready for the fall. X2, if I could take it back, it would be so simple. Now she's moving on and I can't take it. So tell me, where did it go wrong? I've done it all before. X2, Tetsuko's eyes went wide as she then smirked. Why not indeed, let's do this. Mei nodded as she and Tetsuko both walked side by side out of the warehouse, the sun's light getting brighter as they walked towards it. Zabuza's hideout. Well, I've been down this road before, so I hold my hands up. I'm ready for the fall. But sometimes I wish it wasn't always the same. Yeah, but it's always the same. It's always the same for me. Zabuza and his group looked from afar as their hideout was now burning. Zabuza-sama. When the Mizukage finds out what happened, he won't take it well. Zabuza smirked. That's why now is the time to strike. The 2 brothers looked serious as they watched their leader. Zabuza swung his kubikiri bocho, making it hit the ground. Everyone. It's time for me to come back home. Zabuza smirked cruelly. Beautiful, she's had her way, now I'm ready for the fall. X2, if I could take it back, it would be so simple. Now she's moving on and I can't take it. So tell me, where did it go wrong? I've done it all before. X2, let's go. The group nodded as they walked off towards Mist. Haku stayed behind as she looked to the sky. Hope you're alright, Naruto-kun. Haku. The Ice Maiden nodded as she ran after her master. Thank you, Naruto. Beautiful, she's had her way, now I'm ready for the fall. X7, song ends. Tsunami came inside her home with groceries, and when she came into the living room she saw Tazuna on the table looking serious, as he was clasping his hands. On his table lay a scroll. Tsunami. Sit down. The woman nodded at her father's request as she put the grocery down and sat opposite from him. Tazuna slowly nudged the scroll towards her. Read it. Tsunami nodded as she opened the scroll and read it. As she kept reading she was getting more surprised, her eyes going wide at each line. We Wave Country have reaped Gato's possession and they decided the job lies to you to keep it stable. Tsunami gasped as she started to quiver. Wave is now on a new course. The group were now talking with each other. Basically it was Naruto yelling at Yugao and Kurenai who were giggling at him. Asuma and Sakura looked at the 2 while Kakashi was reading his book. Sasuke, who was ahead of the group, smirked smugly as when you look closely at the Uchiha, his eyes specifically, Sasuke's eyes were red with black tomos. Uchiha Sasuke finally awakened the Sharingan. He smirked cruelly. Just you wait, Dobe. Konoha Hokage office. So. Hiruzen, we will speak with him when he gets back. The Sandaime Hokage nodded at his teammates, who then left his office. Naruto. What have you done? Sarutobi now had a serious expression. Minato. Kushina, your son is so different from both of you. The old man then turned his chair towards his village, and it's very bad for the village you both sacrificed your very lives for. He sighed. Uzumaki. Naruto, Konoha District. Koharu and Hamura were walking home for a day's rest because tomorrow their source of all troubles will be dealt with. Tomorrow the boy will be dealt with. Koharu nodded at her teammate. Yes, for now we must go to our homes and see our grandchildren. Hamura nodded. Then eerie crimson eyes flashed in their minds. What? Such killer intent. Hamura froze as he started to sweat. Koharu fell on her knees, gasping, trying to hold her breath. Whe. Where is it coming from? Hamura quickly looked around, analyzing everywhere, but no one was there. The killer intent faded, making the old teammates back to normal. What was that? Both teammates with no hesitation rushed to their homes, not knowing that atop of a building stood a crimson-haired woman with crimson eyes. She looked displeased as her arms were crossed together. When the fish cake comes home, shit will hit the fan. Convictions, plans, and miracles. Konoha at Konoha Gates, a day later. The way back from the wave was very tiring as it took a lot out of the group. None more so than Hirano Sakura. I'm finally home. Now I can have a long bath. Sakura stretched her bones as the group all looked relieved as well. Naruto looked around the village of Konohagakure, and there was a huge mist covering the whole village. It wasn't that thick as people still resumed their daily lives. What's with the mist? Kurenai also looked around as she now answered Naruto's question. It's just the morning mist, Naruto-kun. It will go away when it hits around late afternoon. The blonde Uzumaki nodded. Wait. What time is it? Yugao sighed as she was also tired for today. I believe it's around 9 a.m. The blonde nodded in thanks. Then out of the blue a brown flash crashed on Naruto. Naruto Kun. Ugh. It was Iam who was now situated on top of Naruto, hugging the life out of him. Kurenai looked shocked at how the woman was holding onto Naruto. Naruto-kun. I was so worried I kept coming here every day just for you to come back. Iam smothered him as she put his face in between her breasts. I'm. Fi. Eniaya. Michan. Naruto muffled in her breast, making the woman blush at the soothing, tingling sensation. Hey, get off, Naruto! Sakura was fuming, making Iam look at her, and then she gave the pink-haired girl a dissatisfied grunt, then carried on her duty and hugged her breast. I mean best friend. This made Sakura's face turn red so much she had smoke coming out of her ears. Ma, Sakura, that's enough. Kakashi tried to calm down his student when he started to look at Iam. Isn't time to let go of Naruto? Iam sighed, letting go of Naruto, whose face flushed. Iam. Smells nice. Kurenai for some reason bit her lips, making Yugao and Asuma look at her, one with a smile and the other with a scowl. Iam soothingly caressed his hair. Naruto-kun. Let's go, my dad's waiting. She then stood up and helped a dazed Naruto up as well. Sorry, but Naruto has to come with us. For a group report, Kurenai interjected Iam, making the ramen girl look at her with narrowed eyes. However, there was bad news in her opinion when Naruto agreed. She's right, Iam-chan. I see you straight after. Okay, the ramen girl looked sad but quickly perked up. You promise, Naruto-kun? Naruto nodded, making her smile. Of course. Iam then smiled as behind her Sasuke walked off to his family compound. Surprisingly, Sakura didn't run after him as she just stood where she was watching Iam and Naruto with a disdain expression. Naruto, let's go to the Hokage office. Sakura, I see you tomorrow. Kakashi looked at his blonde-haired student, who looked confused. What Kakashi said got Naruto's attention. What? I thought it was a group report. Naruto took off his headphones as he now looked at his teacher. Ma, Naruto, it's just formalities. Kakashi gave Naruto a nice smile when the boy unknowingly gripped his music player tightly. Do they know? Kurenai smiled at him as she then gave Naruto a reassuring pat on the back. Don't worry, Naruto-kun, it won't be bad. We need you to just clear some things. Naruto sighed because when he is involved things always go from normal to worse. Asuma and Yugao nodded, but Iam looked at Kakashi with suspicion. The group then saw a group of Anbu coming towards them. Asuma, Kurenai and Sakura looked confused, but Yugao and Kakashi looked serious. Iam and Naruto had their eyes wide. Kakashi and superior officers, you are to report to Hokage-sama immediately. Their attention was then turned to Naruto. Uzumaki. Naruto, by the order of Lord Hokage and the council, you are to be arrested for disobeying direct orders of your superior officer and endangering the lives of those in your team. What? Sakura was shocked to the core, while Iam just froze and started to quiver. What is the meaning of this? Kurenai didn't look pleased as she was about to confront the Anubis, but was held back by Asuma. Kurenai. The red-eyed lady quickly glared at him as she took his hands off her, shocking him. Kurenai! Yugao grabbed her friend, making her friend look back at her. When Yugao nodded, Kurenai's eyes went wide. Kakashi closed his book as he now looked serious. Everyone except the was surprised at the actions of the council. Being a shinobi, they all knew the penalty for disobeying direct orders from a superior. Kakashi could only sigh in frustration, as he was forced to follow protocol in the situation at Wave when Naruto refused to follow a direct order, and when he also chased after Zabuza alone. However, Seeing how the council hated Naruto, Kakashi knew that the chances of the council taking such drastic actions against the boy were very high. One Umbu who had a lion mask came up to Naruto and roughly grabbed him. Boy, you are to come with us. The Umbu gripped Naruto tightly, making the boy's eyes narrow at him. Hey! You don't have to do that. I protested for her friend as she was about to go to the Umbu when Yugao came towards him first. Captain? Yugao looked at the Umbu sternly. I will take it from here, lion. The lion Umbu wasn't convinced. It's a direct order from your superior. The Umbu quickly let go of Naruto in fear of disobeying. Yugao quickly nudged Naruto to go with her. Okay, possessions. Naruto sighed as he gave his belongings to Yugao. The purple-haired lady pocketed his possessions in her pouch. Alright Naruto, let's go. Naruto gave Ayam a nod and a reassuring smile that everything will be okay as he was led away by the Yugao, leaving behind the stunned group. Hokage Tower Council Room. The council were now gathered as they heard the news of Naruto's arrest. The civilians were all screaming for Naruto to be sent to Ibiki for interrogation, while the clan heads looked serious at their leader. Enough! We will speak now. Kohara silenced the roaring civilians who quieted down. Sarutobi had a serious expression as then silence was amidst. Hokage-sama. Inochi looked concerned. Sarutobi's hat covered his face, making the room even more tense. Everyone. All the council members looked on with concentration. Konoha is now in a financial decline. As soon Sarutobi said that the room exploded. What? That can be. Hayashi's eyes went wide while some looked shaken. The civilian councils were hit the most. How did this happen? Hirano Sakuya's screeching voice shook the room. Danzo gripped his cane tightly while his eyes narrowed. Is dead? Hamura's answer silenced the room. This made Danzo's eyes go wide. Explain. Danzo's stern voice made everyone look at him. Kohara sighed. Our major asset, the man responsible for Konoha's boom in its economy, is dead. Some exploded as she got up. I told you we should not have relied on that man. Now look where it got us. Shikaka shook his head. We had no choice. He was our only help. Inochi nodded with Chuza. The moment Hatake Kakashi's team were involved, things went downhill, said Kohara while Sarutobi was still silent. Haruno Sakuya roared, it's all that brat's fault. The civilians nodded in agreement. Namatane Hiko, owner of countless chains of stores in Konoha, stood up in anger. We should not have made that brat a ninja. So Naruto is arrested for insubordination. What does he have to do for Gato's fall? It was now Sarutobi Hiruzen's turn to speak when he looked at Hayashi. Yes, Uzumaki, Naruto is not in for insubordination, but I believe that he was involved in Gato's death. Kohara nodded as she pulled out a report. Sources say that the bridge is named after him. Hamura interjected, and from Kakashi's report the timing of Naruto's appearance and Gato's death matches. The civilians looked gleeful, but some stood up for her friend's son. It's correct that Naruto is arrested for insubordination, but everything else is just guesswork. Shikaka nodded. Even if it's true, how is Naruto responsible? Gato is simply too big for him. Inochi nodded. Yes, he's just a genin. He will need at least an army to even match Gato. Sarutobi sighed. Even so, I already got Ibiki to get information out of Naruto. The civilian council roared in agreement. Some huffed as she fell back to her seat dejectedly, while the Shikaku, Inochi, and Chuza looked shocked. They all were thinking of the same thing. I hope you know what you are doing. Sarutobi. This meeting is dismissed. Ambu headquarters interrogation room. Ibiki! That's enough. Anko held her partner back, who looked a bit irritated. Naruto's head fell on the table as it looked like he was being punched repeatedly. Anko takes him back to his cell. Anko nodded and picked up Naruto, who spat blood on the floor. They both then left the room as Anko didn't look pleased. You idiot. Why do something stupid? The snake lady whispered and only got a grunt as a reply. Sighing, Anko then went to the room where Naruto is going to be from now on and was about to help him get to his bed safely, but saw a group of Ambu. So Anko decided otherwise. Sorry. Anko roughly pushed Naruto into his room when the Uzumaki crashed on the floor hard. Behind Naruto the door was roughly closed, making a huge sound which echoed in his jail. Anko soon joined Ibiki, who looked to be in serious thought. Anko looked sternly at Ibiki, who sighed. Don't give me that look, you know I have to do this. Anko looked unconvinced. The boy is hard to break. Anko slowly nodded as she saw the exchange between Ibiki and Naruto. Anko looked at Ibiki and sighed. They say he is a dropout, but the boy's got a silver tongue, that's for sure. Ibiki nodded as he nursed his fists. He can take a beating too. Anko giggled. When Naruto was sent to Ibiki, the interrogator tried to psychological damage Naruto, but the boy knew how to change the subject, and his mental strength was strong. Ibiki and Naruto went at it for at least an hour until Ibiki in the end went from good cop to bad cop as he started striking Naruto over and over again until the boy gave in. Ibiki could have gone to extreme lengths, but he couldn't because he would kill the boy, and that can cause major problems. First off, the boy may not tell him anything even if he dies, and secondly, the kyubi might be free as no one knows the effect of the seal. Only the fourth Kushina and Jiraiya may know, but the latter wasn't as better as the first two. In addition, a mind search by Inochi is out of the question in fear of Kyubi again. The door opened and then Sandaime came in with his two former teammates. Enko knew it was her time to leave and then bowed to her Hokage, who nodded, and then she left. When she left, she saw Yugao, who stiffened. "You worried?" and Umbu sighed. "How can I not be? Kurinayu is worried sick." Enko nodded as the two started walking with each other. "Do you think Naruto was responsible for Gato's death?" Yugao shook her head. "I don't know. What he did doesn't make sense at all." Enko nodded at her friend, who carried on, "And let's not forget, who in their right mind would believe Gato can be killed by one shinobi, let alone a mere genin?" Enko chuckled dryly, getting Yugao's attention. "Well, this village hate the kid, and I won't be surprised if they throw away all the logic out the window just to pin the blame on him." Yugao had a sad look on her, as she then bit her lips. Her friend Enko was right, but Konoha wouldn't do such a thing, would they? Back with Ibiki and the Sandaime, the former students of the Shodaime and Nidaime, didn't look pleased when they heard from the head interrogator. "Sir, he is constantly sticking on to the same statement. I'm beginning to think Ibiki was cut off by Kohara." "That's enough, Ibiki. Your service is no longer required." Sandaime sighed. "We will take it from here." Ibiki's eyes went wide. "Sir, to pass judgment so quickly, I believe it's most unwise." Sarutobi gave Ibiki a glare, making the man shut up. "We know what's best for Konoha, as the village is now in a dire situation." Hamura and Kohara nodded. Then the Sandaime took a pose of authority. "At noon, Uzumaki Naruto's fate will be decided." They then left Idate's older brother to his own devices. Ibiki grabbed his head in frustration as he sat down and gritted his teeth. "Damn, what the fuck is going on?" Jounin lounge. The Jounins all sat in their lounge minus Kakashi in silence. Then Yugao and Enko came into the lounge, gaining everyone's attention. "What happened to Naruto?" Kurinai worriedly asked as she got up. Enko and Yugao shook their heads at their friend, making the red Jounin sad even more. Couple of minutes later, Ibiki came into the lounge as he looked upset. Everyone looked at him except Kurinai, who had a downcast expression and was looking down. Asuma kept looking at her, but his attention now also went to Ibiki. The interrogator poured himself a drink, preferably alcohol. "Ibiki." Enko looked concerned as the man looked to be leaking killer intent. Ibiki roughly sat on the couch. "What the fuck is wrong with this village?" Everyone gasped at his insult. "Ibiki. Hey, that's enough." "Yes, my youthful friend, that is most unwise." Ibiki growled at the two Jounins, making them back off. "This is not right. How can they without proof cast judgment?" Everyone's eyes went wide at what he was saying. Enko couldn't believe it. "You don't mean?" Ibiki nodded at his partner. "Yes, Naruto's fate will be decided at noon." Everyone gasped as suddenly Kurinai ran out the room, much to Asuma's ire. "What?" Yugao held her mouth in shock. Enko stood in anger. "They can't do this. It seems they just did." "Fuck." Ibiki drank his drink in one go as the group now became silent. Everyone was saddened or angry at what they just heard. In Izuka compound, Sim came home frustrated and just sat down in the living room as her daughter looked to be leaving for her job. "Mom. What's wrong?" Hannah came downstairs and saw her mother sitting in the living room all gloomy. Sim just growled as then Hannah quickly sat down next to her mother looking worried. "Mom, you okay?" Hannah placed a reassuring hand on her mother's lap. Sim smiled at her daughter's attempt to comfort her. She sighed, knowing how her daughter's going to react. "Hannah. It's Naruto." Hannah's eyes went wide as she took a grip on her mother's leg. "Is Naruto hurt?" Sim sadly shook her head. "No. Naruto was arrested." Hannah gasped. "What for?" Sim bit her lips in subordination. Hannah's world just got a wake-up call. Teammate training ground. Naruto-kun. Hyuga Hinata was worried while she sat and watched Shino and Kiba spar. Hinata was in deep thought ever since she saw that red-haired woman in his apartment. She knows Naruto won't go with older women, unlike him. However, she had a feeling that he and that woman knew each other for a long time. The Hyuga bit her lips. "I need to speak with Kurinai-sensei." Her surrogate sister was always the one she could count on. She needed to speak to her as soon as she came back. Man, she was like that for a while. Shino nodded at Kiba as they ended their spar. Hinata had a far-off look as Kiba and Shino looked at each other. "Hey, might as well go to that ramen place." Kiba blushed while Shino sighed. Kiba had a crush on Ayam ever since he met her, and was trying to flirt with her every chance he got. Shino just shook his head and went with Kiba, who walked towards Hinata, who was now awake in her daydream state, and then they went. Haruno house. Sakura was locked up in her room and was sitting in her bed looking sad. Naruto. Outside her room, Haruno Sakuya, who was in the living room, looked to be going to the backyard, but the doorbell rang. The elder Haruno opened the door to see Ino, who waved at her. "Ino-chan." Ino smiled at Sakura's mother. "Hi, Mrs. Haruno. I heard Sakura is back." Sakuya smiled at the Yamanaka girl. "Certainly, dear, she is upstairs in her room." Ino nodded as she then went in to see Sakura. Sakuya smiled as she then went to tend the garden. Ino went upstairs and knocked on Sakura's room. She got no reply. Yamanaka sighed as she then opened the door to see Sakura with her head on her knees sitting in the corner of her bed. Sakura, the pink-haired girl, looked at Ino surprised she was here. Ino, the girl, nodded and went to sit on Sakura's bed. Konoha Shopping District. It was now 10:30 in the morning and teammate minus Kurenai were all going to the ramen stand and were surprised to see it closed. Huh. It's closed, Kiba pondered as it never closed. In fact, they should be opening. They're probably busy, Kiba. Hinata nodded at Abirame while Inuzuka sighed. They were about to leave and go somewhere else to eat when they saw their sensei. They all gasped and ran to their teacher sensei. Kurenai, who was in deep thought to what was going on, was being more frustrated by the second. Naruto's fate will be decided at noon. She gritted her teeth. Damn it. How did it get to this? Sensei. Kurenai awoke from her stupor. Kurenai saw her genins running towards her as they started to surround her. Sensei. You're okay? Hinata's shy voice made Kurenai smile. Sensei, now that you're back, is Naruto back as well? The red-eyed Yuhi now had a sad expression. Sensei, Shino inquired. Everyone, we will start our training seriously from tomorrow onwards. Kiba smiled as he whooped for joy when Kurenai started to walk off. Sensei. Hinata was worried for her surrogate sister enjoyed the day off, and Naruto is okay. Kurenai turned her head and smiled towards her team and then left, leaving a confused Hyuga, a stoic Abirame, and a happy Inuzuka. Haruno home. By Ino-chan. Ino waved goodbye to Sakura's mother as she closed the door to leave. She sighed when she got to Sakura. The poor girl was a mess. Apparently her pink-haired friend already knew what happened to Naruto. She sighed again. I might as well go home for a while. At Naruto's cell, Naruto sat on his bed. His face was a bit bruised as he looked to be in deep thought. He clenched his fists in anger. Damn it. Naruto just didn't know what to do. He was confused right now because he didn't know whether Konoha knew what he did or not. Naruto turned to his left, now facing the wall. Suddenly his door was being opened, which got the blonde's attention as he turned around to look, thinking it's another Anbu. However, his eyes went wide at the unexpected visit from the person before him. What? Naruto was shocked as he pointed at the person who crossed their arms and sighed. It's rude to point at Naruto-kun. The person before him was the crimson-haired, crimson-eyed woman Kyubi no Yoko. What are you doing here? She smiled. Why can't I be here? I'm your wife after all. Naruto sighed at the tone of simplicity the woman was giving him. What I mean is, how did you get here? Kizara smirked as she went and sat next to Naruto idly. I don't know. Naruto twitched. You're here in my cell and you don't know why you're here. Kizara nodded, making Naruto groan hopelessly. Kizara then chuckled. I'm only joking, Naruto-kun. I'm here to bust you out. Naruto's head bolted right up. What? You have a plan? Kizara nodded, getting her husband's hopes up. Simple, we are getting out. Naruto sighed again. What? So you don't have a plan? This irritated Kizara as she bonked him in the head. OW. What was that for? Naruto nursed his head while he looked at an angry-looking Kizara. That's for being an idiot. How can I have a plan when you unexpectedly brought this on me? Naruto groaned sadly. You right. I'm an idiot. He. Kizara looked at Naruto's hopeless mess in deep thought. Bang bang. Naruto became alert, while Kizara quickly disappeared. The door was opened roughly as then an Anbu came in and threw a plate of food at Naruto. Here is your meal, punk. The food was scattered in the floor, making Naruto just look at the Anbu, who smirked. Enjoy your meal, punk. You got till noon until your fate is decided. Naruto's eyes went wide when the Anbu left. Kizara reappeared in front of Naruto with an unknown expression as they just stood there in silence. She then disappeared, making Naruto sigh. The clock was ticking, increasing the tension as it was now 11:00. 1 hour left until D-Day. The rat Anbu, who was the one that gave Naruto his meal, heard sounds from his captive's room. Thinking something was going, he was about to open the door. However, that did not happen because as soon as he turned around, someone grabbed hold of his head. Hey. What the? The Anbu looked at the person meeting contact with chilling, glowing crimson eyes, who whispered sleep. The rat Anbu felt woozy as he fell to the floor asleep. Naruto's jail. Suddenly the door of his jail opened roughly, alerting Naruto. Boy, it's time to go. It was the same rat Anbu who then grabbed and handcuffed Naruto and started to take him outside. When they were walking outside, they saw a group of Anbus who started to surround them. Rat. What are you doing with the prisoner? Rat saluted, a sign of greeting towards the Anbu captain. It was decided by the council to prepare Naruto right now. The Anbus nodded as it was 11:30. The lion Anbu, who was the captain, decided to take over. All right. Pass me the boy, I will take it from here. The rat Anbu looked hesitant as he grabbed Naruto tightly. It's a direct order, Rat. Now pass me the boy. Rat didn't listen, making the Anbus surround him and Naruto. Rat knew they were about to strike, so while he had hold of Naruto, he put his hand on the back of Naruto's neck, alerting the blonde, and then with great strength Naruto, never seen Rat, grabbed hold of him so that the Uzumaki won't get out, and twisted his neck, intending the boy to fall unconscious. Naruto's eyes went as he then fell to the floor out cold. The Anbus got into fighting stance as the captain screamed, Rat. What are you doing? The rat Anbu chuckled dryly and all of a sudden pulled out a kunai and flung with great speed to one of the Anbus close to him, hitting the Anbu straight to the heart. The kunai didn't just pierce Anbu's heart, it went deep inside his body, killing him right away. The Umbus gasped as they quickly recovered and all attacked at once. What they didn't know was that the rat Umbu had crimson eerie eyes. Hokage office. Sandaime sat on his chair as he looked at Kakashi. You are dismissed. Kakashi the copy ninja nodded, and Sunshine. The Sarutobi sighed as he held the wave mission report. Jiraiya, what do you think? The frog Sannin came through the window, and now sat on it. There are countless of holes in the report that doesn't match up. Sarutobi nodded, but in theory it's impossible that Naruto was involved in killing Gato. He did kill Aoi. Jiraiya shook his head, but that is all assumptions as well. There is no way Naruto could have learned to use Kyubi's chakra. Sarutobi sighed, and what his student was saying was true. All the evidence that points to Naruto didn't make sense. One has to throw away the logic in the story to pin the blame on Naruto. Regardless, Konoha has suffered for it. Naruto will tell us in his trial, or he will suffer. Jiraiya nodded, while inwardly he was sad. He failed his godson and his parents' sensei regardless about the rumors circulating Naruto. How is he? Sarutobi took a puff of his smoke. Let's just say he is nothing like his parents. Jiraiya sighed. What will Kushina and Minato say if they saw him now? Reading his student's mind, Sarutobi turned towards the picture of the Yondaime. His parents would be ashamed. Jiraiya just sighed, but then suddenly an Umbu came rushing in, getting their attention. What is it? Sandaime inquired at the tired-looking Umbu. Hokage-sama. Jiraiya just looked on. The Umbu regained his bearing as he screamed. The Umbu headquarters was attacked. Jiraiya's eyes went wide as his teacher screamed. What? Umbu headquarters. The village was alerted as the Jounins rushed towards the headquarters. The headquarters looked to be on fire. The genins and civilians all watched while the Jounins were with their Hokage and Jiraiya. Kurenai's eyes went wide at the scene. Sir, what happened? Asuma asked his dad, who nodded. It seems the Umbu headquarters was under attack. Everyone gasped. Sir, that's where Naruto is imprisoned. Jiraiya nodded at the copy ninja as then they all saw Yugao bringing an Umbu towards them. Hokage-sama, I got information. Sarutobi nodded at his Umbu commander when Yugao brought the Umbu forward. It was a black-haired man with brown eyes. He still wore the traditional Umbu gear but seemed to lose his mask. His face was bloody though as Sarutobi ordered the man to speak. Lion. What happened? The man that was identified as the Lion Umbu coughed. Blood, sir. It was Rat. He killed everyone and set everything on fire. Everyone gasped. Rat. Lion. What happened to the prisoner? Lion coughed again. He took the boy somewhere. That was it for Sarutobi, who screamed. Everyone find Uzumaki Naruto now. The Jounins were all about Shunshin to look for Naruto. However, Naruto was already found. Hinata, who was using her Byakugan, gasped as she saw two figures at the top of the building. She screamed towards her teacher sensei. Naruto-kun is up there. Everyone all stopped what they were doing as Yugao nodded. That's right, I sense two chakra signatures. One is Naruto-kun's and the other is Rat's. The Jounins were about to go and help, but the fire was ferocious. Put out the fire. The Chunins listened to their Hokage and most of them started to use water techniques. Kurenai and Yugao were about to go in and help Naruto, but they were held back by both Kakashi and Asuma. Kurenai. Yugao, stay where you are. The two women looked to protest, but their Hokage's glare made them not to. Sarutobi looked at Jiraiya, who nodded. Wait until the fire is extinguished. Kurenai and Yugao's eyes went wide at what he meant. Sir, he cannot beat an Umbu alone. Kurenai looked shaken as she watched Yugao. The moment the fire lessens, Sarutobi had a stern look as he ordered his Jounins. Kakashi and Asuma nodded while Kurenai and Yugao had a downcast look. In the crowd there was Team Guy, Ibiki and Anko as they too watched the fire. Sakura and Sasuke looked on as well. Naruto, Sakura whispered worriedly. Jiraiya looked at his sensei and nodded as they both were thinking the same thing. Let's see if you can use its chakra. Umbu headquarters rooftop. When Naruto first opened his eyes, all he saw was the smoky sky. He grunted as he slowly got up. Naruto sat up and with great difficulty got up to his feet due to him being handcuffed. He found out he was on the roof and that the whole area was on fire. You're finally awake. Naruto turned around to see an Umbu who was holding someone by the neck. The Umbu smirked as he threw the person towards the corner. Naruto's eyes narrowed. You're that rat, Umbu said. Umbu chuckled. And you're the demon brat. Naruto flinched as he clenched his teeth. Umbu then brought out his sword as he disappeared and reappeared behind Naruto. Naruto, using his instinct, quickly rolled out of the way as a sword descended down towards him. Ching! The sword hit the floor making a screeching sound. Naruto huffed as he again got up. He looked at the Umbu, but this time he wasn't there. Right here, Naruto's eyes went wide as he quickly tried the move. It was too late, however, as the Umbu quickly kicked Naruto right on his left rib, making him grunt in pain as he skidded across the roof. Ma, you're quite good. I'm a bit surprised. Naruto coughed blood as inside his jacket his wound was about to be reopened. The rat Umbu walked towards a struggling Naruto, his mask hiding his expression. It's over. The Umbu raised his sword and struck. As the sword was descending towards Naruto, intending to strike his back, Naruto, who coughed blood again, gritted his teeth. His eyes glowed vigorously as the Uzumaki gathered as much chakra as he can to enact his technique. The rat Umbu's eyes went wide under his mask as his sword hit a wave of chakra. Imperial Tikoku, the result of the clash made the area explode with blue chakra. The explosion was heard by everyone as the people gasped. Sir, we must act now. Kakashi's patience was running thin as he wanted to save his student, Matt. Kakashi Jiraiya had a stern look while in front of him Yugao looked shocked. What is Yugao? Sarutobi asked his Anbu commander. Sir, there was a huge surge of chakra that was the cause of the explosion. Everyone now had their attention on Yugao. The woman before them was a censor who was capable of reading chakra signatures. Whose chakra was it? Jiraiya's eyes narrowed while Yugao gulped Naruto's. Everyone gasped. Do you think it was IT's chakra? Yugao shook her head, gaining the attention of Jiraiya and the Sandaime. No, it was Naruto's own chakra. Everyone's eyes went wide as Yugao's mind was reeling such high chakra. As soon the fire lessened, Sarutobi took this opportunity and ordered the Jounins and Yugao to go as they shined fast towards Naruto. Back to the Anbu headquarters rooftop. As the dust diminished, the roof that was enveloped by the fire looked to lessen as well. However, the building looked like it couldn't last longer. The rat Anbu jumped back as inside his mask he was shocked. Quickly the rat Anbu sensed people coming towards him. However, he had no time to react because at a surprisingly fast speed Naruto came towards the man. Fast Anbu's eyes went wide as Naruto flew at him with a fist towards his face. Anbu smirked under his mask, his red eyes watching the boy. Well done, Naruto. Argh Naruto with a loud grunt punched rat Anbu right in the face, shattering his mask, making the man fly towards the other side of the roof as he skidded in the process. Naruto huffed, and he fell on his knees holding his left rib. His eyes started to get blurry when his body started to feel weak. The Jounins all descended on the rooftop. As soon the flame decreased, they saw 3 figures. Yugao quickly ran towards Rat as she checked his pulse. He is breathing. She sighed when she heard Kurenai scream Naruto. Asuma ran after Kurenai to Naruto, who was on his knees exhausted. Are you okay? Naruto huffed, ignoring the red-eyed Jounin who helped him up. Kakashi sighed as the Anbu he looked over was dead, so he and Yugao then went to Naruto. The group all nodded at each other as they then started to shun Shin before the building collapsed. At the Hokage office, the Sandaime Hokage sighed because today was a hectic day, and it didn't even start. Naruto was sent to the hospital to get treated, which delayed his conference. The old Sarutobi took off his hat to massage his temple. The meeting was delayed till tomorrow thanks to that incident. The Anbu headquarters being on fire was unheard of. Who had the right mind to attack it? It's hard to believe that it was a coincidence that it happened right before Naruto's trial. The council were not pleased. Well, actually the civilians and his teammates, whereas the clan heads were indifferent, but some looked quite pleased. The rat Anbu was put into questioning by Ibiki and Enko, but the man was brain dead. It was like he was possessed. I fear Naruto's hate will grow as this village continues to hate him even more. It was no surprise the village hated Naruto so much that anyone can come to a conclusion that the rat Anbu hated Naruto since he tried to kill him. Nevertheless, Naruto is now in a top-secured hospital with Jiraiya watching him now and then, so he won't be able to escape. Sarutobi Hiruzen now looked towards his successor's picture. I just hope there won't be any more trouble. At the hospital, currently Naruto was in his bed unconscious within a private room with the Jounins with Guy as well and Yugao sitting in the room in various places. Konoha guards were standing guard outside his room and on the windows, which were all covered so that no one could see in. Outside the entrance downstairs at the reception, all the rookie 9 minus Naruto were there wanting to go and see the Uzumaki. Hey! We need to see our friend. Where is he? The receptionist scowled when she looked at Kiba. He is being handled. Kiba got angry when and was about to resort to using physical means. Kiba! The dog boy turned around to see his sister who had flowers. Let's just wait for now. Kurenai's student sighed as behind him were the other rookies all in their seats or standing up. Hinata was sitting in the far corner as she just found out from Ino what was going to happen to Naruto. Naruto-kun, the Hyuga was trembling but felt a hand on her shoulder. She looked as if it belonged to Kiba, who smiled. Don't worry, he will be fine. Hinata looked unconvinced as she buried her head within her knees. Sasuke got up and walked off to go to the train where Ino used this opportunity to run after him. Sasuke-kun. Yamanaka's loud voice echoed in the hospital. Everyone including Hana all looked at Sakura, who looked back. What all she got was a sigh from everyone. Troublesome Tsuji nodded with his lazy friend while he was eating a packet of crisps. Hana gripped the flowers she was holding as she remembered her mother telling her his trail was going to be delayed. She just hoped that a miracle would come. Naruto-kun. While Naruto was unconscious, the Jounins were in the middle of a conversation about the man lying before them. It's quite odd that the Anbu headquarters was burned down right before Naruto's trial. Asuma questioned while he took a smoke. Kakashi nodded. You're right, but why did Rat attack Naruto? Yugao shook her head at her senpai. There was an ongoing concern that Rat hated Naruto in the past. Kakashi nodded at her as he was an Anbu before he became a teacher, so maybe Rat took this opportunity to strike. Asuma was looking at Kurenai, who was making Naruto feel comfortable in his bed. Damn. So that's how it is. Asuma eyes narrowed at Naruto and then softened when he looked at Kurenai, who had a faraway look in her eyes. It would seem he now has competition. Thanks to youthfulness, he is alive, Kakashi nodded, while Yugao's sweat dropped at the spandex wearing taijutsu master. Naruto grunted in his bed as he shifted around, alerting everyone. Naruto/Kun, both Yugao and Kurenai went to make him comfortable. Kakashi sighed as he looked at his student, who had now woken up. Outside the window, Jiraiya stood there unknowingly from everyone inside as he watched on with a concentrated expression. It would seem Naruto is awake. Jiraiya was about to leave, but then he felt eerie crimson eyes flash inside his head. It felt like the thing he felt was right next to him. What intent? Jiraiya sweated as he quickly turned to his left, but no one was there. Jiraiya, using this opportunity, quickly sunshined to see his sensei. However, if he looked hard enough, he would have known that right on top of him, since Naruto's room was on the top floor. Kizaru was sitting on the edge of the roof. She smirked. "You're awake, Naruto-kun." Her eyes had a glint in them while she looked at the tower before her. "What will happen tomorrow, I wonder?" She looked down again and smirked a cruel smirk when she saw the concerned faces of Yugao and Kurenai. From nowhere giggled cheerfully Ihateheroes. "Naruto-kun, you became famous with the ladies, haven't you?" She then looked towards the sun that shone as the mist ended, signifying it was 5 p.m. She smiled at the beautiful scene before her and disappeared. "Naruto, you okay?" The blonde nodded at Kiba's teacher, who in his eyes looked concerned. This confused Naruto, but then he shrugged it off as he looked at the time. His eyes then went wide. "Don't worry, Naruto-kun. Your trial will be held tomorrow," Yugao reassured, making the boy sigh in relief. Kakashi got up from his seat as he walked next to his student Naruto. "What happened out there?" Naruto turned to look at his so-called teacher, and gave him a glare. You want to know what happened? An umbu tried to put me 6 feet under." Everyone in the room tensed while Kurenai and Yugao looked sad. Kakashi sighed. He didn't know what to say to that, and for some reason felt that Naruto didn't like him. Naruto. What Kakashi meant was, what that surge of chakra was. Naruto looked at Asuma and gave him a blank stare. Silence then ensued, making the room tense. Naruto smirked. "Let's just say that guy didn't have me in the corner after all." Everyone sighed at Naruto's secrecy. Kakashi had enough. "Naruto, enough of these games, give us a straight answer." Naruto just froze at what the copy ninja said. Kurenai tensed while Yugao and Guy looked on with interest. Naruto, while his hair covered his face, chuckled, getting everyone's attention. Uzumaki Kushina's son looked Kakashi right in the eye. "You want to know?" The copy ninja nodded when Naruto held his right hand up and clenched it. "I trained, that's what." The room became silent, while someone else started to shake. Yugao gulped when she looked at that person who suddenly screamed YOSH. "You are most youthful, Naruto." Naruto gave the most ridiculed look he could muster at the spandex-wearing man who started to run and flip around, screaming how youthful he was and that he will climb the Hokage mountain to match his youthfulness. Naruto froze when he looked at Guy's cheerfulness as his eyes went wide. Everyone looked at Guy, sweat dropping when they heard someone chuckling. Everyone, including Guy, looked at the source of the chuckle. It was Naruto who was chuckling. Hee. Then the chuckle started to turn into a full-blown laughter. The blonde laughter stirred emotions within everyone. Kurenai and Yugao slightly blushed at his melodic laughter, like it stirred something in them. Naruto-kun. Kakashi looked stunned while Asuma was shocked, never seeing him laugh before. Guy just looked at Naruto, who stopped laughing while. "What was that for, Naruto?" Kakashi inquired at the Uzumaki, who smiled. "It's nothing. His cheerfulness made me remember something, that's all." Now this got everyone interested. Kakashi wanted to know more, but Naruto changed the subject. Yugane looked at Naruto, who nodded. "What's?" Naruto took a deep breath while everyone looked. "What's your name?" Guy smiled while was doing his handstand and flipped back up. "Yash. My boy, my name is Mato." Guy Naruto smiled brightly at Guy, who smiled back. "My name's Uzumaki Naruto." "It's nice to meet you, Guy." Guy smiled cheerfully and was about to prance around again, but had a question to ask. "YOSH, we friends now, Naruto?" "You," and everyone turned to look at Naruto with their eyes wide. This was a sour subject for Naruto, however the boy just smiled. "If you want to be sure." Guy was now in happy mode. "YOSH, you should see Lee, his youthfulness shines like 1,000 suns." Everyone's sweat dropped, expecting Naruto to dismiss Guy, but the boy shrugged. "Sure, bring him here anytime before tomorrow." Everyone's sweat dropped again at how callous Naruto was acting, like tomorrow won't matter. "Alright. Naruto, that's enough, you." Kakashi was interrupted when a group of people entered the room. "Naruto!" All of a sudden a pink bullet crashed onto Naruto. Ugh! Naruto crashed right on the bed and his head hit the side of the bed hard. Naruto reacted by pushing Sakura away, shocking her. "What the fuck? Sakura, do you always have to do that?" Everyone gasped while Sakura's eyes went wide. She quickly quieted down. Sorry, Naruto." The Uzumaki sighed. "It's okay, it was nothing." The Haruno cheered up as she got up and stood next to him. Hana then came up to him and gave him some flowers, which were lilies. "Here you go, Naruto-kun." Naruto's eyes went wide. "Is that for me?" The Inuzuka smiled as she nodded. "Thanks, Hana," his bright smile making her blush. Everyone smiled while Hinata was twitching, too shy to say her greetings. Kurenai looked at her surrogate sister and sighed she had to do something about this. It was not over yet as Naruto's favorite people now came. Naruto Kyu and Ayam ran towards him and hugged him gently. Hey Ayam-chan. Tucci came to him as he too smiled and then frowned when he looked at his surrogate son. Whoever did this to you, I hope you gave him double. Everyone's sweat dropped. Ayam was about to scold her old man when Naruto replied, don't worry old man. I won't lose to someone like that. Everyone looked serious to what he said while Tucci laughed. Damn right. You are Naruto after all. The Uzumaki smiled genuinely at the old man. Kakashi looked at the two as he had an interesting thought. What is the connection between the three of them? He definitely knew there was more than a ramen customer connection Naruto had between them. He needed to dig in on this. Time passed quickly as Ayam gave him ramen, and Naruto thanked the blushing girl dearly while he hugged her, much to the ire of all the girls in the room. Yugao gave him his music player back, but when he asked her if she used it she laughed sheepishly, making Naruto angry at her. This made everyone laugh. It was now 8 o'clock p.m., and everyone looked to be going because Naruto needed his rest. Ayam wanted to stay, but Naruto reassured her that everything was going to be fine. She was unconvinced, but with teacher's help she left. The blonde Uzumaki was now left alone with bodyguards in the area watching over him. Konoha's shopping district. Kurenai sighed while she was walking in the shopping district. She had conflicting feelings for one Uzumaki, Naruto. At first she thought it was a friendship feeling since they spent a lot of time together training, but now with everything they went through together she started to feel confused. She didn't know whether to see Naruto or leave it alone. Maybe Anko can help, Kurenai sighed. Her Anko would laugh if she heard this. While Kurenai was contemplating, she heard someone call her, Sensei. Someone called out to her, making Kurenai turn around. It was Hyuga Hinata. Hinata was it? Kurenai raised an eyebrow at the tired-looking Hyuga heiress Sensei. I need to talk to you. Kurenai looked confused but got serious when her student looked serious at her. Fire Lord Palace main throne room. Nice doing business with you, Fire Lord Dunno. A raven-haired woman bowed to the Fire Lord, a young-looking man but old in age, who waved his fan. No, thank you. If it wasn't for you this would have not happened. Then I speak with my messenger. The Fire Lord nodded when the raven-haired woman bowed again and left the room with a smirk unknowingly to them. Was that wise, Fire Lord Sama? One guard inquired at his leader, who looked serious. It is the most wise. The guard nodded at his lord, who had a faraway look. Something big was going to happen, and it revolved around Konoha. The woman now outside spoke with a figure, and then gave him a scroll. The man nodded and bid his farewell to her when she got into a carriage and left. The man then turned around and walked towards Konoha. Konoha Hospital, Naruto's room. It started to get dark when Naruto looked towards his window, watching people go to their homes or just play around. His belly rumbled, indicating he was hungry. Are you hungry? Naruto sighed when a voice spoke to him. With his back turned he answered, yes I am. The voice then threw a plastic bag at him as it landed on his lap. Naruto smelt the bag and it smelled like pasta. That smells nice, thanks. Naruto turned around and his eyes went wide, but then he smiled at the person who waved at him. It was Yoko Kizara, who now came to spend time with her husband. So Kizara, how are you? The kyubi tilted her head confused as she looked at the now full Uzumaki, who was scratching the back of his head sheepishly. I mean, I never got to see you for a while. Kizara smiled a bit and nodded. I'm feeling okay, Naruto-kun. What about you? Naruto laughed, all of a sudden feeling okay with all these bodyguards around. Kizara smiled at her husband, light joke. She looked at the window as it was getting late. The crimson-haired woman sighed and then walked towards Naruto. The blonde looked at her questionably when she suddenly nudged him to move up. Now getting what she meant, he moved to give her some space when the kyubi no Kitsune obliged, now sharing the bed with him. Naruto. The Uzumaki looked at his wife, who daringly put her head on his chest and looked at him, her chin leaning on him. You are an idiot. Naruto just sweat dropped at her insult when Kizara carried on joining up with missing means to take down a tyrant, and then expect nothing will happen. Idiot. Naruto's eyes went wide as Kizara started to chuckle, but if you haven't done what you did, then that would not have been you. Kizara's eyes were aligned with Naruto's as they made contact. She smiled widely. You may be an idiot, but you're not a coward. The boy's eyes went considerably wide. How did you know? Kizara smiled. I'm your wife, Naruto-kun. Then kyubi with a faraway look then started to soothe his left rib, much to his surprise. Naruto, if there is anything you don't feel like talking about, you know I'm always here. Behind her head, Naruto looked at her with an unknown expression but slowly nodded. Sure. Okay. Kizara just looked on in space. Good night, Naruto-kun. Naruto smiled at his wife and he started to sleep. Good night, Kizara-chan. He soothingly caressed her long hair as he too started to sleep. Kizara smiled while her eyes were closed. You are very special, Naruto-kun, and you don't even realize it. The next morning, council chambers. The council were all seated within their designated seats and were waiting for the subject at hand. They were all murmuring about what happened at the Umbu headquarters, but in the end they started talking about the main task at hand for the day. Uzumaki Naruto. Sarutobi got up and stood in the middle of the council as he began the proceedings. We've gathered here for the trial of one Uzumaki Naruto. He's being charged with disobeying the orders of his superior officer and endangering the lives of his comrades in the process, and also in result endangering Konoha itself. The councils watched on as all of the civilians looked joyful. The clan heads except some looked indifferent. Sarutobi nodded. Since votes have been taken, it is decided that Uzumaki Naruto is guilty. Some gritted her teeth as the civilians voted guilty with Hayashi and Sandame's teammates. The rest voted not guilty, but still the odds in the end were against Naruto. Danzo voted not guilty because he had other plans for Naruto. In the corner of the room, Jiraiya watched with a serious expression as inwardly he was scowling. Sarutobi sighed. Alright, leopard. A leopard-masked Umbu came bowing down. Bring me Uzumaki Naruto. He nodded and was about to shunshin, but another Umbu came in, alerting everyone. What is it, Cat? Yugao bowed quickly to her. Sir, there is someone here to see you. The council all looked at Yugao. Commander, we have no time for visits. Tell him we will see him later, said Hamura to show an act of authority. Yugao became hesitant. What is it, Yugao? The Sandame Hokage sighing. Yugao looked up from her position. Sir, the man says he is here to see you now. It's important. What is that important, shinobi? Haruno Sakuya looked annoyed at the Umbu, who gave her a stern look, annoying her even further. Yugao looked at her Hokage and gulped. Sir, it's a representative of Wave. This shook the room as now all eyes were on Yugao. What? The civilians roared while Danzo narrowed his eyes. Bring him in this instant, Kohara ordered as Sarutobi nodded at Yugao, who listened to her leader. She disappeared, and then a minute later the council room door was opened. In came an old man who had gray hair, a mustache with a small beard, and was well built. He was dressed in a presentable manner like he just went to visit the feudal lord. What can we do for you, mister? Koharu inquired, not knowing the man's name. The man put his right hand up, dismissing her. Tazuna, and I'm here to speak with your Hokage. The civilians didn't look pleased with his attitude, but Hayashi cut them off before they made a fool of themselves. Sir, we are in the middle of an important meeting. The civilians interjected as Hiko screamed. We are deciding the fate of Uzumaki Naruto. Tazuna's eyes went wide as he clenched the scroll he was holding. Then I'm right on time, he now coughed, gaining everyone's attention. Wave has now taken over Gato's corporation. The whole council gasped as Jiraiya's eyes went wide along with his teacher. The whole council roared, but then Sarutobi raised his hands to silence them. Carry on, Tazuna-san. The Sandame looked serious when he looked at the builder. Tazuna coughed again but pulled out a scroll as he raised it up. Damn, I don't know squat about business. My daughter should be here, not me. The bridge builder's sweat dropped but still carried on. The new chairman reviewed Gato's cash flow and decided to give you a business offer. The entire civilians were in joy as they watched the Hokage get the scroll of Tazuna. The Sandame read it, and his eyes went wide. He closed it, and then coughed to regain his composure. Sensei, what did it say? Sandame gave the scroll to his student, who also read it, and was also shocked. Sarutobi, was it? Koharu inquired with Hamura, who nodded. Danzo clasped his hand and looked stern. Everyone. Konoha is not in decline, the council gasped. Is it true? Some asked Tazuna, who nodded. Kiba's mother let out a sigh of relief. Hokage-sama, what did the scroll entail? Shibi inquired with Shikaku, who nodded. However, Tazuna answered. Wave and the new corporation are a separate entity, but its main branch is within Wave. Shikaku nodded. So your owner is planning to expand? Tazuna smirked. Yes, but the owner didn't try but succeeded. Danzo's eyes went wide. That's right, what Gato done. The owner in a sense purified it. That means? Danzo's eyes narrowed at the old man, who smiled widely. Yes, the owner now owns not just Namikun but Water Country as well. The whole shinobi council gasped while the civilians roared. Silence. The council quieted down. Tazuna-san, you do know there is a civil war in the Water Country? Tazuna shrugged. I don't know what the owner is trying to do, but as the main man of the Wave, I'm just here to tell you about your financial situation. Jiraiya nodded. Sarutobi, what did the scroll entail? Koharu was running out of patience. Sarutobi nodded as he was about to read it out, however he was interrupted by Tazuna. Hokage-san, let me read it out. If you please. The old man just sighed and gave it to him. Tazuna pulled out the scroll. I'm now going to read the owner's letter. The council all got ready to listen, with Yugao and Jiraiya watching carefully. Tazuna coughed, sorting out his throat. He now started reading. As the caravan rode towards the Waves, a woman looked at the forest scenery with a long thought, her face being covered. She smiled. Dear Hokage-sama, I have analyzed Gato's finances and decided that since he was in charge of helping your economy, I decided that since it was to your village that protected the bridge builder, I will take over and help your economy free of charge. The council gasped. Free of charge? Gato always had something up his sleeves, like asking Konoha's help in various tasks he wanted done. It tired Konoha to no end. Free of charge is a miracle. Thank you, Konoha. You are a godsend. The council smirked, taking the praise arrogantly. However, it has come to my attention that the bridge was named after one of your shinobis, Uzumaki Naruto. The civilians scowled while Tazuna and Sim smirked. So I ventured around Wave and found out he was loved and above all else cherished by the people. So in an act of good faith, the company now will be named Whirlpool Inc. in the name of Uzumaki Naruto. Sarutobi and Jiraiya's eyes went wide while the council were flabbergasted. Konoha listens well until Naruto says otherwise your village will be financed heavily and beneficially as long as he is a shinobi of your village. If not, then it will be ignored. Thank you Konoha and farewell. Tsunami, owner of Whirlpool Inc. Silence ensued as everyone was too shocked to say anything. Tazuna smirked and just bowed to bid his farewells and left Naruto. Thank you and good luck. When the bridge builder left, the whole room roared, Yugao! The Umbu commander quickly came to her Hokage's aid and bowed. You are to keep Naruto in his room until I come, is that clear? She nodded, slightly shaken at his serious gaze. The Umbu's shun shined when the civilians, actually Hiko and Sakuya, screamed Hokage-sama, that can't be right. Sarutobi had enough, as he leaked killer intent at the two, shutting them right up. Silence ensued when Hayashi had something to say. Uzumaki, Naruto, his presence brought something better than Gato did. Some nodded, smiling. However, Danzo's question got everyone's attention. The letter did state as long as Naruto is a shinobi, which means he now became our anchor. The civilians roared in anger, not liking this, but quieted down when Sarutobi looked at them. Surely Naruto cannot handle the pressure of this situation, said Inochi, with Chuza agreeing. Does the boy have a guardian to take his place? Silence ensued while Jiraiya gritted his teeth. Kohara quickly thought of something. No, he does not, however he is an orphan. The civilians' eyes went wide when they smirked. Sarutobi brought another Umbu. Leopard brought me a guardianship form. The Umbu nodded as in the council. Shikaku, and Tsum's eyes narrowed. Sarutobi turned back to the council. The council will be in session tomorrow. Dismiss Sarutobi and his teammates with Jiraiya closely behind, then started to go to the hospital. When the room cleared, only Tsum and Shikaku stayed behind. Tsum didn't look pleased as she gritted her teeth in anger. They now want to help him when they need something from him. Shikaku calmed her down when he put a hand on her shoulder. I know, what can we do? We all failed him and his parents in the end. Tsum closed her eyes in sadness. But it's wrong. Shikaku nodded as he got up. Maybe things will become better. Tsum shook her head at the Nara as he left. Maybe. I'm sorry, Kushina. She then left towards her home to see her daughter and son. What they didn't know was that someone came out of the corner of the dark room. It was Yoko Kazara, the kyubi no Kitsune. She smirked as she crossed her arms on her chest. It would seem miracles do happen. Her eyes glowed vigorously as she then disappeared. Konoha Hospital, Naruto's room. The Jounins and Anko were all in the room in silence, with Naruto looking at the window with an unknown expression, his music player on the table like it was never touched. Kurenai looked worried as she was biting her lips in frustration. Then suddenly Yugao came in, informing everyone of her presence. She looked shocked and tired. Yugao, what happened? Kakashi asked his former subordinate in his Umbu days. Yugao looked at Naruto, who was just looking out the window ignoring everyone. She then turned towards the Jounins. Naruto's trail has been decided, Kurenai gasped while everyone looked at the purple-haired Umbu. Naruto just looked at the window, but if you looked closely he was fidgeting. Yugao then smiled brightly. Naruto, it was a miracle. You're safe, Kurenai gasped as she couldn't believe what she heard when Anko just smiled and gave Kurenai a comforting pat in the back. Guy was screaming about youthful justice and whatnot. Kakashi just nodded while Asuma took a smoke. Yugao looked at Naruto, who was still looking at the window. Nay, what happened? Guy just screamed. Sh Naruto, you must be over the moon. Yugao just ignored him when she answered Naruto's question. Naruto, let's just say it was a miracle. The boy nodded, smiling. Then out of the blue, Sarutobi and his group came into the room. The Jounins and Yugao all bowed when he came in. The Sandaime Hokage just nodded. Everyone, you may leave. I need to speak with Naruto. Kurenai looked up when she saw the council members and Jiraiya with them. The adults nodded and started to leave. Kakashi, the copy ninja, looked at his superior. I need to speak with you tomorrow. Meet me in my office. He nodded and also left. The room now empty with just them and Naruto, who turned to look at them. Kohara stepped up. Uzumaki, Naruto, you are free of all charges. The boy nodded. So I'm free to go. Sarutobi nodded. Yes, you are. However, we need to speak with you. The boy was confused. Naruto, do you know the requirements needed in order to move up the ranks of being a shinobi? The boy nodded. Yes, I do. Hiruzen nodded. Yes, in order to become Chunin you have to take the exams. To become Jounin you take an individual exam. Hiruzen coughed and carried on while Naruto looked at the old man. However, do you know how to get there? Actually, Naruto was confused when Hamura stepped up. Naruto-san, those who became a shinobi have parents or inheritance that will help them in their career. Kohara interjected. The reason for that was for a person to define themselves as a shinobi, which will give them a pathway to become Chunin or Jounin. Naruto nodded as his eyes took a serious turn. What are you getting at? Jiraiya watched with a serious appearance in the wall next to Naruto. Naruto-kun, what we are talking about is that if a person does not have this benefits, it is very hard for them to move up in rank. Naruto's eyes went wide as the Sarutobi smiled. However, we got a solution. Naruto looked at the old man. A solution? The three old teammates nodded. Yes, here, read this. Naruto took a form from the old Hokage. The Uzumaki read each line, making his eyes narrow. Silence ensued when Naruto finished reading. His hair covered his face, making the atmosphere tenser. Naruto-kun, It is most wise that Hiruzen got interrupted when Naruto gave his answer. I refuse. This made everyone's eyes go wide in shock. I refuse to have a guardian. I will not sign this. Koharu didn't like this. You must. Uzumaki, it is for your ninja career. Naruto just shook his head, ignoring the lady. Sarutobi quickly was formatting a plan in his head. Naruto, having a guardian will give you benefits like extra training and lessons. Naruto looked at the third Hokage, his eyes glowing vigorously. And who is my guardian? Sarutobi pointed at the man next to him. The man next to me will be your guardian, or it will be Kakashi. Naruto looked at the man, sizing him up. Jiraiya pushed himself off the wall, and was about to introduce himself. Naruto, my boy, my name is Jira. Naruto interrupted him before he carried on as he raised his hand at him. Sorry to bother you, but you can go now. The Sanin's eyes went wide. Uzumaki, you need a guardian, it's essential. Naruto glared at Koharu when his face now moved towards Sarutobi. You and I know I had no one there for me. I wasn't even listed in the orphanage. Jiraiya was shocked as he gritted his teeth when the Uzumaki carried on. And you want me to have a guardian now when I'm 16 years of age, almost 17? You must be kidding. Sarutobi was about to say something when Naruto interrupted him by getting up as he started putting on his sandals ready to leave, and then say, I have no chance to go higher without a guardian. The group were frozen, all too shocked when Naruto stood up towards them. A miracle happened today, right? Naruto received no answer but carried on anyways. What's stopping it from happening again? Heck, I might become Hokage. He chuckled Naruto while everyone's eyes went wide at his proclamation, but he shot that idea to hell. Like, I even want that job. Don't get cocky, boy, you won't reach that far, said Hamura sternly, with Koharu nodding in agreement. Naruto shrugged. I don't really care anyway. Jiraiya and Sarutobi couldn't believe what they were hearing. Naruto then walked towards the door. So Hokage-sama said. Hokage's eyes went wide at what Naruto called him as he turned his head to look at them. His expressionless face buried within everyone's mind forever. I never needed no one then. And I will never need anyone now. Naruto then opened the door and left with a screaming Koharu yelling after him, Uzumaki, if you leave it will be an offense. She was stopped by her teammate Sarutobi, who put his hand on her shoulder. Koharu. He was free to go. Koharu frowned as it was true, however she didn't like it one bit. Jiraiya was just standing there motionless. Outside the window Kizara stood there as she heard everything. Her smirk becomes wider every second. Thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoy this scenario. If you want the next part of this video, turn on that bell notification. Like, subscribe and comment down below. And also check out the others' videos I have created and enjoyed it. See you guys next video. Until that, take care.